Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Happy Monday. Let's go. Miss Cam, good morning. Happy Monday. Good morning. Duke, good morning. How are you? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. You know what we came to do? Let's go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are back in the Thunderdome. Hey, somebody has to do it. Good morning, CC. Welcome. Hope you all had a nice, relaxing. Good morning, Zena Smith. I hope you all had a nice, relaxing, wonderful weekend. Take time away from the app. Get out there and live your life. Do what you got to do, right, Zena Smith? Good morning, Rhea. Yes, my weekend was a lot better, to be quite honest. All right. But we got more work to do out here, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Not the OKC Thunderdome. Knock it off. This is the Kingdom, not the OKC Thunderdome. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Hey. Good morning, Beatrice. Welcome. Yeah, I still am feeling a little better. So yes, thank you for asking. All right, I appreciate it. All right, I really do. All right, let's get this show started, ladies and gentlemen. You know exactly why we are here. We got a lot to cover, all right, but it is what it is. All right, hold on a quick second. Mr. Incognito, welcome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. You ain't even had your coffee. Tell them, Rhea, let's go. Cabria, good morning. How are you? Happy Monday, December 9th. Oh yeah, we're back in. We got to keep doing this work, ladies and gentlemen. We're not gonna let Donald Trump just have his way with our country. Let's go. Time to show and prove, show you what I've been doing. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yes. 382. You go ask Jay-Z yourself, all right? You don't care about criminals, so let's knock it off. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this show started. All right, welcome to the show. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are in the Thunderdome, and I am your host. I'm your pilot, and you know exactly what we are here to do. But before we get started, oh my goodness, W. Rhea in the chat. Grand Rising, Belinda. Oh, blaze of glory. Welcome. Yeah, you probably should sit yourself down and get ready to listen to some real truth, because you haven't heard truth like this, I'm pretty sure, in a long time. For those of you who do not know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H? Well, it's quite simple. The first H is because I'm honest. I'm the most honest person on social media. The second H is because I'm humble. I'm the most humble person on social media. And then the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, is because you've guessed it, I am and will always remain the most handsome. Yep. Many of you, you're very familiar with what we do over here on this side of town, on this side of TikTok, right? Tell them, CC, good morning, Q-Dogs. We hold our friends on the right, especially their cult leader, this guy right here, accountable for their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds, as well as crimes. And isn't it safe to say that they just seem to have hit the jackpot, right, when it comes to dirty, disgusting deeds and crimes, ladies and gentlemen? And so I must say this before we get started with some of today's topics, all right? What we will be covering from here on out, good morning, Tara, W. Tara in the chat. If you don't want to hear about mass deportations, tariffs, cuts to your social security, and things of that nature. Courtesy of this guy right here, you might want to leave this live and go on and hang out with your so-called friends on the right, your fake TikTok host out there, because they'll lie to you. We won't lie to you at all over here, all right? So if you don't want to hear the truth, leave. Or as I like to say, listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country,
Charles, please.
if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Yeah. Whoever, Sarge, you want to call yourself Sarge? I just sent you an invite, please. Do not use profanity in my chat. Keep it clean, all right? And we won't have any issues on this platform because all we're doing is trying to actually give the American people a bit of a heads up about what's about to come once Trump gets into office. Yeah, you know what, like you guys say, you won the election. You know what, the Democrats lost. You know why the Democrats lost? All because of the identity politics, Biden's age. Oh, Kamala was a terrible candidate. All of those things. So the Democrats are completely absolved, all right? So if there's anything going on in this country that you have a problem with, don't blame me. I voted for Kamala Harris. Thank you. I voted for Kamala Harris, so you can't blame me, all right? We tried to help you, all right? So what are we going to talk about today? Well, you know what we got to talk about. First, there's a couple of elephants in the room, and one of them is this guy right here. He had an interview with Meet the Press, I should say. And he got on there yesterday, and boy, oh boy, I listened to him. How many of you saw the interview yesterday, or bits and pieces of it, all right? How many of you saw it? I'm just curious. You all saw what he did? You saw what he did in that interview, all right? I'm just trying to make sure. He got on, this is his first interview since winning the election, official interview. And boy, oh boy, just basically let everyone know this country's heading towards a 1929 style depression, courtesy of Donald Trump. Congratulations, MAGA, you did this, all right? W. Zena Smith in the chat. So let's dive into some of the stuff Donald Trump was talking about yesterday. So please bear with me. I know a lot of us, we would prefer, we really wish we didn't have to hear from this guy, but buckle up. We got 4 years of this nonsense.
Until now. I sat down with the president-elect at Trump Tower in New York on Friday for his first broadcast interview since winning the election. We spoke for nearly an hour and a half in a wide-ranging conversation about what these next 4 years will look like. He told me his first 100 days will focus on bringing down prices, addressing the border, and getting his cabinet picks confirmed.
Boom, right there. What about peace and no wars, Donald Trump? That was another one of your promises. Yeah, so again, not living up to his campaign promises and focusing on stuff that really I could care less. I want the wars to end, all right? And he should have said those egg prices too, right?
And I asked him what he'll do on his first day in office. I understand that on day one, you're going to be signing a flurry of executive orders. Can you give me just what are the top ones people should know about?
A lot of it will have to do with economics. A lot's going to have to do with energy. A lot's going to do with having to do with the border. We're going to immediately strengthen up the border and do a real job. And some of the basics.
I began the interview with one of the top issues for voters, the economy and the cost of living.
Uh-oh.
I want to delve into one of your signature promises on the campaign trail, which was to end inflation, to lower prices. You are now proposing tariffs against the United States' three biggest trading partners. Economists of all stripes say that ultimately consumers pay the price.
Yeah.
Do you understand that, MAGA? When it comes to the tariffs, she made it crystal clear to your cult leader. Ultimately, she should have said it this way, right? Your supporters are going to pay the cost. But watch how Donald Trump lies to his supporters. I don't believe him, but he definitely lied to his supporters right here.
Tariffs.
I don't believe
Can you guarantee American families won't pay more?
I can't guarantee anything. I can't guarantee tomorrow.
You hear that? I knew the whole interview was going to be lies after that. The whole campaign trail, Donald Trump, you guaranteed us a whole lot of stuff. You said you'd do a lot that Biden isn't doing. Ladies and gentlemen, let's warm up the lake of fire. Let's give Donald Trump a round of booze and shame real quick. That was the first lie. Right out the gate, he's lying.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
All right, let's go.
I can say that if you look at just pre-COVID, we had the greatest economy in the history of our country. And I had a lot of tariffs on a lot of different countries, but in particular China, we took in hundreds of billions of dollars and we had no inflation. In fact, when I handed it over, they didn't have inflation for a year.
Now, did you hear him say when he handed it over? That was another lie. Does anyone think Donald Trump handed over the country to President Biden, like, a peaceful transfer of power? Was that what we saw on January 6th? Did he just hand it on over and the country was doing good? That's another lie, Donald Trump. But we know the only people that believe these lies are his deranged supporters who clearly they don't question nothing this man says. I do.
They won almost 2 years just based on what I had created. And then they created inflation with energy and with spending too much. So I think I'm a big believer in tariffs. I think tariffs are the most beautiful word. I think they're beautiful. It's going to make us rich. We're subsidizing Canada to the tune of over $100 billion a year.
Where's he getting these numbers?
We're subsidizing Mexico.
No, we're not.
Almost $300 billion. We shouldn't be subsidizing. Why are we subsidizing these countries? If we're going to subsidize them, let them become a state.
Okay, how many of you agree with Donald Trump that...
Subsidize them, let them become a state.
Okay, how many of you agree with Donald Trump that we should make Mexico and Canada states? Anyone out there believe this nonsense and that we're subsidizing them? I mean, please, Donald Trump, I would love to see where you're getting all of this information. W. Mara in the chat. Thank you, Mara. See what we have out here, ladies and gentlemen, is somebody that's just saying a bunch of words, all right, to keep the people wooed in his cult. I mean, this right here, this what Donald Trump is doing, I should say, it's like a drug, really. It should be illegal what he's doing. The way he can lie this way and you all sit there and suck it up. No. Don't tell me to get off your FYP. How about you leave this live? How about you leave this live right now? You've done so much harm to this country. I'm being honest. I mean, I got to be... The way you guys destroyed this country... Let's listen to it.
Subsidizing Mexico, and we're subsidizing Canada, and we're subsidizing many countries all over the world. And all I want to do is I want to have a level, fast, but fair playing field.
Sir, your previous tariffs during your first administration cost Americans some $80 billion. And now you have major companies from Walmart, Black & Decker, AutoZone saying that any tariffs are going to force them to drive up prices for their consumers.
Thank you.
How do you make sure that these CEOs, that these companies don't, in fact, pass on the cost of tariffs to them?
So she's asking Donald Trump, AutoZone, Black & Decker, Walmart. They're saying this is going to make the price go up, Donald Trump. How are you going to make sure they don't pass those costs on to your supporters? Let's see if he tells the truth.
Consumers.
They cost Americans nothing.
Woo! Did he just say it costs Americans nothing? So why are we even doing this, sir? If this is not even going to have an impact, why are we doing this? See, Trump supporters, congratulations, you've played yourself. I don't know why you guys don't sit down, honestly, and just listen to him. Don't listen to me. I'm a Democrat. Listen to him.
They made a great economy for us. They also solve another problem. If we were going to have problems having to do with wars and having to do with other things, tariffs, I have stopped wars with tariffs.
Huh. He said he has stopped wars with tariffs. Can anyone out there please tell me which war Donald Trump stopped with tariffs? It's almost as if he's saying, hey, if you wanted to prevent conflict, with Israel and Ukraine, all you had to do was slap tariffs and nobody would have had a problem. It's kind of like that's what he's saying. And throw Iran in. Donald Trump is gaslighting. He's but what's even worse than the gaslighting is the fact that you Trump supporters believe this. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to slow it down for a quick second. Let's give the Trump supporters a round of boos and shame. Y'all believe this stuff? Y'all believe this?
Silence, you MAGA demon.
I would hate to be a Trump supporter at this point and really put my face behind this stuff and then get out of here and try to act like you got a leg to stand on. You Trump supporters, y'all have done a terrible thing to this country. I'm so glad, half of the country knows the truth and we're just not going to surrender the country to MAGA, because we would be in a lot worse shape if more than half of the country believed this nonsense.
By saying, you guys want to fight, it's great, but both of you are going to pay tariffs to the United States at 100%.
Thank you, Doc.
And they have many purposes, tariffs, if properly used. I don't say you use them like a madman. I say properly used.
So use the tariffs properly. Don't use them like a madman. Newsflash, Donald Trump, you're the madman. You just told on yourself, okay? Because you're not properly using them. You're the madman.
But it didn't cost this country anything. It made this country money, and we never really got the chance to go all out because we had to fight COVID in the last part, and we did it.
So he never got the chance to go all out with the tariffs, right? But again, he's not the madman, sir. Knock it off.
Very successfully, and when I handed it over to Biden, the stock market was higher.
Stop it. Again, he didn't hand the country over to President Biden. And the stock market, sir, no, we were in a serious bad shape, sir. Where are you living? See, it's that were you better off 4 years ago nonsense. He's doing it again. And he's actually convinced Trump supporters that he handed the country over to President Biden. We all saw January 6th. We all saw January 6th. And you're going to say that was a handoff? Sheesh. What do you call what Biden did when he just sat down with you then, Mr. Former President?
It was just previous to COVID coming in, was actually higher. Tariffs are properly used, are a very powerful tool, not only economically, but also for getting other things outside of economics.
Are you actually going to impose these tariffs, or are they a negotiating tactic?
Well, I'll give you an example. With Canada, and in particular Mexico, we have millions of people pouring into our country. You agree with that? I spoke with I spoke with Justin Trudeau.
Yeah.
In fact, he flew to Mar-a-Lago within about 15 seconds after the call ended. It was at Mar-a-Lago, we were having dinner talking about it. I said, you have to close up your borders because they're coming in the northern border too a lot. Not like the southern border, but they're coming in the Canadian border a lot. And drugs are pouring in. Almost as importantly, drugs are pouring in, maybe more importantly, drugs are pouring in at levels never seen before, 10 times what we had. They're just pouring in. We can't have open borders. And I said to the president of Mexico and to Justin Trudeau, if it doesn't stop, I'm going to put tariffs on your country at about 25%.
The chairman of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, said he will not leave his post even if you ask him to. Will you try to replace Jerome Powell?
No, I don't think so. I don't see it. But I think if I told him to, he would. But if I asked him to, he probably wouldn't. But if I told him to, he would.
You don't have plans to do that right now?
No, I don't.
Okay, let's talk.
Okay, so obviously Donald Trump isn't being honest with the American people. Don't worry, I'll bring up a Trump supporter and we'll have the conversation. But I got to get through it because you know what we're covering. Tariffs, mass deportations, and then cuts to Social Security, which we all know are going to put this country in a 1929 style depression. You guys don't know anything. You Trump supporters, Donald Trump loves the poorly educated. I'm not saying that. That's what he said. So please, if you're a Trump supporter, do me a huge favor. Sit your special behinds down and listen to this special broadcast. You just might learn something. You know what they ought to do? They ought to have me interview Donald Trump, right? Because I won't let him get away with this stuff. I'm going to say, sir, you're in a hole right now. You have zero credibility. Let's just stick to the basics. All right, and if you start lying, then the conversation is going to stop right there. I would just totally have him admit what he did on January 6th. Let's make him admit what he did on January 6th. You know what? You know what, Jack Smith? Give me the paperwork. I'll take it from here, right? Thank you. Now let's get into mass deportations, all right? Because again, I would rather, I bring up Trump supporters, and I just wish they would repeat what Donald Trump would say. We would get so much further in the conversation if they just simply repeat what Donald Trump says. But you won't repeat what he says. You get up here, and all of a sudden you start trying to act clever. It's ridiculous. It's like yesterday. I was in a live the other day, and you see these black Trump supporters out there, and all of a sudden, you ever seen this out here on TikTok, ladies and gentlemen? These black Trump supporters, not just the black ones, we don't want to talk about racism. Racism is bad. And all of a sudden turn into Democrats and DEI. All of a sudden they care about DEI. You don't care about DEI. You don't. So this is the penalty, MAGA, because you don't want us to teach it in the schools. Now we're just going to have to do it out here in the open, and it's not going anywhere. We're going to call you out like it's like you've never been called out before. You should have let us do it in the schools. Thank you. So we're going to do it here. We're going to do it there. We're going to do it everywhere. Everywhere you go, MAGA, it'll be a DEI experience because you're going to learn one way or the other. None of us, listen, I'm going to get a shirt and it's going to say, we'll never surrender, because we're not going to surrender the United States to Donald Trump and MAGA. All right, let's get into mass deportations. This is crazy stuff that's going on.
About mass deportation, one of your big agenda items. You've talked about prioritizing people who have criminal histories.
Correct.
But is it your plan to deport everyone who is here
Rick
illegally over the next 4 years?
W. Rick in the chat. But let's get back to what she just asked him. Are you going to deport everyone that's here illegally?
People who have criminal histories.
Correct.
But is it your plan to deport everyone who is here illegally over the next 4 years?
Well, I think you have to do it.
Did you hear it? I think you have to do it. It doesn't matter if you're not out here doing those crimes. If you're in the country illegally, you're a criminal. And Trump says you gotta go. There's consequences to this stuff, ladies and gentlemen. And we tried to warn you. Don't blame the Democrats. We voted for Kamala. All right. You all did this to yourself.
And it's a very tough thing to do. But you have to have, you have rules, regulations, laws. They came in illegally. The people that have been treated very unfairly are the people that have been online for 10 years to come into the country. And we're going to make it very easy for people to come in terms of they have to pass it.
So he said he's going to make it very easy for people to come in. So what are we doing? What are we doing, sir? You're going to do all of this to get them out of the country, and then you're going to turn around and make it easy for them to come in. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Donald Trump another round of booze and shame. This is wasting taxpayers' time and money. Let's give him a round of booze and shame. You're going to make it easy all of a sudden? I can't believe this stuff actually works for MAGA. I can't believe it works for you.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Yes. They have to be able to tell you what the Statue of Liberty is. They have to tell you a little bit about our country. They have to love our country. They can't come out of prisons. We don't want people...
Okay, they got to tell you what the Statue of Liberty is, and they got to love the country. I mean, come on. If that's the test, Donald Trump, what are we wasting our time for? Anyone can do that. Even you. And we know what you did on January 6th.
That are in for murder. So we had 11,000 and 13,000 different estimates, 13,099
lies.
Murderers released into our country over.
Don't believe that. That's a lie. Go look up the stats. He's conflating a lot of data into 1 year, and it's inappropriate. It's like trying to make it look like all the crime in the country is being committed by migrants, and that's not true. And he knows it, but he's going to lie to his supporters.
That's 3 years. They're walking down the streets. They're walking next to you and your family, and they're very dangerous.
The 13,000 figure, I think, goes back about 40 years.
No, it doesn't. No,
That
it's within the
13,000
3-year period. It's during the Biden term. No, that was a fiction that they put that out. This was done by the Border Patrol. It's 13,099, and it's during the Biden period of time. And these are murderers, many of whom murdered more than one person.
Wow.
You don't want those people in this country.
But you're saying something, sir, that's significant. I just want to make sure I'm clear, which is that you're saying, yes, you're going to focus on the people with criminal histories, but everyone who's here illegally has to go.
I'm
is what
saying
you're
this.
saying.
We have to get the criminals out of our country. We have to get people that were taken out of mental institutions and put them back into their mental institution, no matter what country it is. Do you know that Venezuela, their prisons are at the lowest point in terms of emptiness that they've ever been? They're taking their people out of those prisons by the thousands, and they're drunk. And just to get back, because I know exactly what you're getting at. Number one, we're doing criminals, and we're going to do them really rapidly. We're getting the worst gang probably with MS-13, and the Venezuelan gangs are the worst in the world. They're vicious, violent people. And you see what they've done in Colorado and other places. They're taking over.
So we're getting the criminals first. And he said they're going to be done very, very rapidly. All right. So you know what that means. You know what that means. If your name is, if you are a criminal, listen up, and your name overlapped with somebody else's name, and you might not be a criminal, but guess what? You fit the description. You're going to get deported. Congratulations. Congratulations. Right? I mean, now who's next after the criminals?
Taking over apartment complexes and doing it with impunity. They don't care. They couldn't. They just are. They're in the real estate business.
You know, the local police say that is not the case in Colorado.
Oh, it's totally the case. I mean,
you don't believe the local police.
I play it. I used to play it at my rallies every single night. No, they're breaking into doors. They're taking over the building.
But sir, you
and by the way,
raised the point.
The police are afraid to do anything.
You raised the point that the logistics are complicated. You said
Sure
yourself,
but everything's complicated.
Yeah, you mean you need 24 times more ICE detention capacity just to deport 1 million people per year, not to mention more agents, more judges, more planes. Is it realistic to deport everyone who's here illegally?
You have no choice.
You have no choice.
First of all, they're costing us a fortune. But we're starting with the criminals, and we got to do it. And then we're starting with others.
Oh, did you catch that part, MAGA? He said we're starting with criminals, and then we're starting with others. Who are the others? Who are the others? Exactly. You see how y'all get quiet as a church mouse? I'm taking his words and I'm just saying it to you back so you can understand this is who you voted for. Don't blame me. I voted for Kamala. I voted for Kamala Harris. The Democrats, we voted for Kamala Harris, right? Yeah.
We're going to see how it goes.
Who are the others?
Others are other people outside of criminals. We have...
He said others. Others are other people outside of criminals. Oh, now they say, well, Zeus, you're doing that thing, you're race baiting. I'm not race baiting. I'm just showing you what he's saying. I'm letting you, because you know what happened? You watch this, you look at his face, you saw the golden tie, and you said, this guy, whatever he says, I'll buy it. So what happens is you don't listen to it until a Democrat says it, and then all of a sudden you take issue with it, right? Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let's give the Trump supporters another round of booze and shame because they did it to themselves. Y'all did it to yourselves.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
All right, let's wrap this up. We're almost done.
Convicted murders. We don't mean people that are even on trial. We have people that have murdered numerous people are on our streets and in our farms, and we have to get them out of our country.
What about dreamers, sir? Dreamers who were brought to this country illegally as children. You said once back in 2017, they, quote, shouldn't be very worried about being deported. Should they be worried now?
The dreamers are going to come later, and we have to do something about the dreamers, because these are people that have been brought here at a very young age, and many of these are middle-aged people now. They don't even speak the language of their country. And yes, we're going to do something about the dreamers.
What does that mean? What are you going to do?
What does that mean?
I will work with the Democrats on a plan. And
he'll work with the Democrats on a plan, MAGA. Now, this is some bizarre stuff. Now, all of a sudden, y'all, he wants to work with the Democrats. This is the person y'all voted for. Wow. What do y'all got to say about that? MAGA? I mean, I thought Democrats were bad people, but now Donald Trump is advocating we work with the Democrats in order to help the dreamers. All right.
Come up with a plan, but the Democrats have made it very, very difficult to do anything. Republicans are very open to the dreamers. The dreamers, we're talking many years ago, they were brought into this country. Many years ago. Some of them are no longer young people. And in many cases, they become successful. They have great jobs. In some cases, they have small businesses. Some cases, they might have large businesses. And we're going to have to do something with them. And
you want them to be able to stay. That's what you're saying.
I do. I want to be able to work something out. And it should have been able to be worked out over the last 3 or 4 years. And it never got worked out. You know, Biden could have done it because he controlled, Congress to a certain extent, right? He could have done something, but they didn't do it. I never understood why, because they always seem to want to do it, but then when it comes down to it, they don't. I think we can work with...
I mean, seriously, why are you always blaming President Biden, Donald Trump, all right? Remember, this is going to be your problem. You signed up to do this, all right? Like you said, you could have been out there golfing, right? And doing whatever, ripping off your supporters, but now you're in it. Don't blame Biden. Don't blame the Democrats. This is your problem now, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump is losing it, and he knows it.
Democrats can work something out.
Let me ask you about another group of people, the estimated 4 million families in America who have mixed immigration status. So I'm talking about parents who might be here illegally, but the kids are here legally. Your borders are...
You're talking about separation.
Yeah, well, I mean, there are two aspects to this. Your borders are, Tom Homan said, they can be deported together. Is that the plan?
Well, that way you keep well, I don't want to be breaking up families, so the only way you don't break up the family is you keep them together and you...
Boom, right there. Right? Right there. He don't... It's so funny, right? All of a sudden he has this moment of being a good person, morals. Well, I don't want to break up families, and so we got to do the whole family. Y'all voted for this. Y'all voted for this, all right? And again... define family. Are we just talking about a husband and a wife and the kids, or are we talking about the entire family? Because a lot of these families, these households, they're multi-generational, right? Guess what? You did it to yourself, ladies and gentlemen. You voted for this guy. All right, look at the time, ladies and gentlemen. One last thing. I did want to play. Wait a second. There was one more thing about immigration. Hold on.
And in the end, look, our country is a mess.
Hold on. Let me ask you about some of your other promises on this topic. You promised to end birthright citizenship
right here
on day one. Is that still your plan?
Yeah, absolutely.
He's going to end birthright citizenship on day one. So the Constitution just clearly doesn't matter, MAGA. Never mind. A lot of you are in the same situation. You were born here, all right, and your parents weren't. So guess what? Now he's saying get rid of that. No. You're going to have to do a lot more to prove you are an American citizen in his administration.
The 14th Amendment, though, says that, quote, all persons born in the United States are citizens. Can you get around the 14th Amendment with an executive action?
We're going to have to get a change. We'll maybe have to go back to the people.
W. Adele's Corner,
thank you. We're the only country that has it.
Through an executive action?
We're the only country that has it.
Wrong. We're not the only country that has birthright citizenship. There's over 24 countries, ladies and gentlemen. Go look it up. Once again, Donald Trump is just lying to his supporters. Do y'all really believe this man still? I just played it to you. Y'all really still believe Donald Trump? If you do, put a 1 in the chat. I'd like to see if anyone still believes Donald Trump is going to help them. Put a 1 in the chat. I want to see it. Okay, all right. Well, guess what? I'll bring you up and we'll have a serious conversation. But one last topic before we start talking. I just wanted to address cutting Social Security, all right? Listen to what this Republican Mark Alford said this morning on Fox News, because a lot of people don't think Trump is going to cut Social Security or try to, even though on the interview yesterday, he said, I'm not going to cut it, but I don't trust Donald Trump because he has a record of lying. So you got to just listen to the people around him, all right? Listen to what he says. He said it's going to mean cuts to the 24% of the discretionary spending that we have. Let's listen up.
And so we've got to right the ship, and it's going to mean cuts. It's going to mean cuts to the 24% of the discretionary spending that we have. And it's also going to mean looking long-term at the front end of some programs like Social Security and Medicare, not taking anyone off of what they paid into so far. But there is some waste, abuse, and fraud in Medicare that we can we can take those numbers back and add to our general coffers and our treasury. And on the front end on Social Security, I think there's a way when people are living longer, they're retiring later, that on the front end we can move that retirement age back a little bit.
Okay.
Let me get.
There you go. There you go. So cuts to Social Security, mass deportations, tariffs, ladies and gentlemen, all brought to you by Donald J. Trump, all designed to make your lives harder and bring the cost of living and inflation all the way up through the roof. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Donald Trump and his supporters a round of applause because congratulations, they played themselves. You did it to yourself. All right, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter and you want to have a conversation about these topics. All right. I don't want to get into any of the identity politics. I want good, honest American dialogue. That's what I need this morning, all right? Because you've won the election, so you say, right? So you don't have any reason to be a nasty person, all right? So go ahead, put a 1 in the chat, all right? And don't worry, I'll drill, baby, drill, and we'll lower your taxes and we'll pay down your debt. Little Miss, go ahead, please send Zeus a guest request. I can't invite you right now. I see you. I see you, Trash Babe. Don't worry, I'll drill, baby, drill. We'll lower your taxes too. All right, I want to get some fresh blood up in here first before I, move on to some of the people I've actually steamrolled before. All right. Go ahead. Let's see who we got this morning, ladies and gentlemen. And listen, everyone, thank you for being patient with me this morning. This is one of the most diverse platforms on TikTok. All right. You never know what goes on in the Thunderdome, but we do address the issues. Hi, Zena. Good morning.
Good morning.
You voted for Trump?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I just wanted to get on here right quick.
Oh, well, Zena, listen, I got to move it on. All right. But is there something
I
you
just
want
want to say one thing.
Go
Just
ahead.
one thing.
Go ahead, please.
I'm sorry. Not to mention, he also said he still only have concepts of a healthcare plan.
There you go. There you go. And I saw that too. All right, Zena.
Yesterday.
All
Okay,
right. Well,
bye.
thank you, ladies and gentlemen. W Zena in the chat. No lies detected. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. All right, I'd like to do the ping pong, So Zena, if you want to come up again, just send a request in, right? And what I'll do is we'll try to go back and forth so I can get some of these folks out here to have an outer body experience when I start telling them the truth. I'm not wrong about anything. Put a 1 in the chat, please, and I'll bring you right on up here. All right. Put a 1 in the chat real quick. We don't got all morning, ladies and gentlemen. You know how this show goes. Let's not waste any time getting straight to the point. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter and you want to come up here and push back on any of these things. Oh, bruh. You want to push back on any of the information that I've just shared? Go ahead. Let's come on up here. All right, I'll help you. Hey, if I'm wrong, guess what I'll do? I'll have to issue an apology. I will if I'm wrong about something, but I haven't been wrong about anything, all right? All right, I'm looking in the chat. It looks like there's not one certified MAGA demon that wants to come up here and at least try to defend what Donald Trump has said. All right. Look at that, ladies. And you said you will come up. Send a guest request then. I can't send you an invite. You said I've been wrong. Come on, Dwight. Dwight, please. What have I been wrong about? I just played. How am I wrong? And I'm playing what Donald Trump said. How am I wrong? Yeah, it was an insurrection. It was an insurrection. There, come up, MAGA. Where are you at? Yeah, they don't want to come up here. Oh, okay. All right, this guy right here. He loves getting steamrolled. All right, Trash Bait.
Steamrolled.
What am I wrong about? You're a business. You're a business owner, right?
Okay, man. Listen to me.
Are you a business owner? Yes or no?
I love when you play a clip and you stop it and then you miss some words and then play on.
Okay. So what did I play wrong? What did I play wrong?
When they were talking about Social Security, he said we can get rid of the fraud. Did you miss that part?
No. But why are we looking at? Okay, but why are we talking about cutting Social Security to begin with?
I'm sure you have fraud.
No, I don't.
Sure you're fraudulent. Yes,
no. You see, you're trying that again. But let me ask you. You're a business owner, correct? You said no. Let me ask you the questions. Let me ask you the questions. Don't get up here and start confessing your crimes on TikTok. I haven't even asked you to do that. I'm asking you, are you a business owner?
You know I am.
Okay, then. What business are you in?
I build houses for a living.
Okay, so you do the labor. Who does the labor for you?
I do the labor too. Yeah.
Do you?
I'm not just the owner. I do the labor myself.
So you're in the construction business, correct? Yes. See, now we're getting somewhere. So I think mass deportations, that might impact you, right? Or will they not?
None of my people are illegal.
You sure?
I know.
What is your process to vet?
What's
you don't
my
have.
process?
Yeah. How do you verify if someone's legal or not, sir?
Because all my workers are white and black. They're not Mexican.
No. Show me the picture of them. Show me the picture. Show me the picture. Show me the picture.
Outside of America, dude.
Show me the picture of your employees. Show me the picture.
For me for 15 years or more, man.
Show me the picture of you and your employees. Go ahead. You have to have a picture in your phone right now.
I don't have to have a picture.
Okay, so that means you're lying. You know what you did?
Illegal immigrants. I've never hired an illegal immigrant.
You wouldn't tell us the truth if you did. You admitted to fraud. You already admitted to committing fraud. So why would you tell us the truth about anything else?
I admitted to committing fraud? No,
yes.
I said you commit fraud.
No, that means every MAGA accusation is a MAGA confession. You know how this goes.
That's a lie.
Yeah. So you are benefiting off of migrants working for you, correct?
I don't.
How much do you pay? Okay, how much do you pay the people? You said these are white and black people?
Yes.
So
I already told you.
You don't pay them? You don't pay them?
Yes, I pay everybody.
Okay, what's the starting wages? What's the starting salary?
Everybody gets paid different.
What's starting off, if I wanted to work for you, how much would I get paid?
Your starting wage, if you started for your
because you said you're not paying people that are, you're not paying migrants. Everyone's a citizen, so please tell us what you're paying.
My starting wage is $200 a day.
How many hours?
8 minimum. Yeah.
200.
I don't work over 8 hours.
Hold on. $200 a day.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see something real quick.
I pay people how they want.
So you're paying so $25. You're $25 an hour. $25 an hour.
Starting out. That's good.
Now, what are the benefits on that?
What do you mean? What are the benefits on it?
I mean, these are employees, right?
Of course.
Okay, so what's the benefits rate? What's the benefits rate? Because that's $200. I'm assuming benefits are in that $200.
Yeah, some of them are 1099.
Not all the 1099 route.
Not all of them. Some are.
See, and I knew it.
Subcontractors are always 1099. And subcontractors aren't employees, dude. If you ran a business, you would already know that.
How do you verify a subcontractor is a legal person? Because you made it sound to me like you actually you make them go through a background check. Do you go through I'm trying to, but I'm trying to complete my thought. Well, listen to what I gotta say. Do you subject them to a background check when you hire these people?
A subcontractor, every single one, has to get their own insurance, their own liability, their own workman's comp. Yes, you can't do that as an illegal, my man.
Did you answer my question? I understand that side of it. Are you making them go through a background check?
I just did. That is the background check. If you're an illegal immigrant, you cannot get liability insurance. And you can't get workman's comp.
Sir. I'm glad that you confessed that this is the fraud that you were talking about. I'm glad you admitted it.
There is no fraud. You're fraudulent.
So you said
a fraudulent business on TikTok.
Okay.
You lie all day.
Okay. I don't have any more questions for you. I know exactly what
you just got steamrolled.
Yeah, well, I know what you're doing.
Answer questions, and I just blew everything you said up.
I know what you're doing.
Yes.
And it's not above board. It's not above. You know why? You know why I say it's not?
Because of you. Fear mongering on TikTok. People just like you. People voted for Trump because they don't like you.
Okay.
You know that?
No.
People like you.
How many
voted for Trump just because they don't like Democrats?
Okay. Now let me say what I need to say. I don't think that's what it is.
It is what it is.
No,
It's got steamrolled.
no. What it
Tomorrow
is
just
is
went one
what,
state.
sir.
We got
Listen,
one swing state, bro.
sir.
We got
A lot
steamrolled.
people
Just
like
like you
you,
now.
people like you. Y'all love to be lied to. You love to be manipulated.
No.
You know what they say about you?
You
You're
like to
cult.
lie to people.
You're cult vulnerable. That's why you
No.
voted for Trump.
You are David Koresh.
You can't
You
give
are David
Democrats.
Koresh, and the people
Sir,
below you
see,
are the Branch Davidians.
you're crashing out. All I'm trying to help you understand is the reason you voted for Trump is because you're in a cult.
You
You
need to get on
can't.
Xanax, my man. Your anxiety is taking over you. You need a whole prescription of
Yeah,
Xanax.
yeah. Well, let me finish helping you out. All right. So obviously you're committing fraud, and that's why you like Trump because he
No,
does
that's you.
exactly what you
You
do.
commit fraud.
Right. I could put the pieces together.
No,
You
you
don't do
don't.
any background checks when
You
you
can't.
work with
No.
these people.
Nobody does
As
background
far as I'm
checks.
concerned,
You
thank
make
you, thank you for
make
admitting it.
subcontractors get insurance.
Thank you
That's
for
the
admitting
background
it.
check.
Thank you
They
for
wouldn't
admitting
be
it.
able to get insurance if they're illegal.
Yeah.
You understand that?
But you made a
You
claim
have to
earlier.
provide a Social Security card.
Well, but listen
Illegal
to what I'm
or
trying to
illegal.
say. Listen to what I'm saying. You made a claim earlier that says you don't hire people that are, here illegally. Well, how are you
Correct.
verifying any of that
I just
if you're
told
not
you.
subjecting them to a background check?
I just told you. Are you listening? I mean, you don't listen.
You're
Open your little
say it
keyboard.
again. Say it again. I'll help you.
Open
I'll help
okay.
you.
All right, keep your mouth shut. Let me
No,
tell
no,
you.
no, no, no. Just say
All
what
right.
you got to say.
All right, well, shut up and let me say it.
Oh, you want me to do that? How about
Yes.
this? Let me show you what I can do. See, I just made him actually obey his own order. You don't tell Zeus.
Dude, you're stupid. Quit acting
Oh,
stupid.
okay.
Act
Well,
like a normal human being.
I got your normal human being, ladies and gentlemen. You see how normal that is? He's crashing out because I showed him who his daddy was. Once again, these people come into my live all the time, and all they do is they're upset with me because I'm showing them who their daddy is. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Trash Bait. He's infamous on this app, but he's clearly wrong. And as far as I'm concerned, he admitted to committing fraud, right? He's not verifying the people that he's working with are here legally. He's just giving them $200 a day to work exactly 8 hours. How many of you believe they're only working 8 hours? And he's in the construction business? Yeah, right. Give me a break. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending the previous guest, Trash Bait, straight to the lake of fire. Let's give him a round of booze and shit. Oh wait, I didn't even warm it up. Let's warm it up first. All right, I don't want to throw him in. Let's send him to the lake of fire. All right, don't get in my box and start lying. All right, you MAGA demon. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a round of booze and shame. There you go.
Silence, you
That was easy.
MAGA demon.
That was easy. All right. And again, all I've been asking is to have an honest conversation with Trump supporters. But you don't want to do it. I don't buy that he's running I do not buy. He's the one MAGA. He's ultimate MAGA, by the way. He's not just a Republican. If you talk, he's ultimate MAGA. He's running the perfect construction business. How many of you believe he's running the perfect construction business? Everyone there is above board. He's not cutting any costs. He's giving lying. Exactly. You're in a world of hurt, bro. You just admit it. You believe it, Bunny Diva? All right. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. I'll bring you right up here. We'll lower your taxes. Exploitive constructive business. I agree with you, Tiffany, for the people. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. All right, and I'll bring you right up. I don't want to have those kind of conversations if I don't have to. I really want to just stick to the issues. And the issues right now, ladies and gentlemen, is Americans are going to be paying a lot more once his economy kicks in. All right, and you all know that. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter, and I'll bring you right on up here, all right? No need to lie. No need to get up here and start playing identity politics. No need to do any of that. All you have to do is be an honest broker of the truth, and that's all we want. And if you want to, and if you really are an honest broker of the truth, you'll know, just like we know, this country is heading towards a 1929 style depression, one like we've never seen before. Trump Hoover. That's what we're going to call him, Trump Hoover, because that's pretty much what he's doing. All right. Put a 1 in the chat if you are a Trump supporter. All right. I have selective hearing. Please tell me. Do you believe trash bait? 100% of the people said no. Whoever did that poll, you're good. Whoever did that poll, you're good. All right. Don't worry. I have a lot of patience. I have a lot of patience with MAGA. All right. And a lot of the people who've spoken to me before, serious people, they know. That little bantering back and forth, that's really not what I'm into. I'm really trying to really get a good understanding of what's at stake when Donald Trump implements these things. We're talking about tariffs. Okay, yeah, it's a cost on the business, but where is the business going to pass the cost on to? Oh, you. And that's what he wouldn't promise. That's what he wouldn't, tell his supporters. He wouldn't tell them that the cost is actually going to be put onto you. The second thing, we're talking about mass deportations. Okay, you're talking about getting rid of a good chunk of our workforce, right? And guess what happens when you do that? The cost of doing business is going to go up. And who's that cost going to get passed on to? You. If we survived 4 years of the Biden blunder, then we will survive anything. Darren Styles, what does that mean, Darren? Come on up here, Darren. What does that even mean? Darren, where did you go? See, this is what I do over here, ladies and gentlemen. They know. Bro, what am I talking about? You come up here and explain to me what I'm talking about. You said I don't know what I'm talking about. I'd love to hear what I got wrong. Yeah. You see, go ahead, please. Put a 1 in the chat. It can't be any worse than the Biden administration. You can't point out a single thing President Biden has done that you would say has made your life significantly worse, all right, without being able to tie it back to Donald Trump. Trust me. This information is out here, but you got to go and look for it on your own. We can't keep doing your homework for you, MAGA, and then when we turn in the results and then you see the grade, you go, oh, I have a problem. It says, bro, you're embarrassing yourself. You don't. Let me see. All right, Doran. Come on up here, Doran. We don't got all morning to do this. After this, then I'll bring up another mutual, okay? Because, I like to go back and forth. Doran, come on up here and at least explain to me what I don't know. Somebody said, what am I going to do when TikTok gets banned? Well, I put a video up on my page. We'll try Instagram. We could try YouTube. I mean, it is what it is, right? You try to act like you try to act like when something in this country is bad, it only affects the Democrats. That's not true. It's going to affect you too. Harris is gone. Get over it. Bill, come on up here, Bill. Yeah. See what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? They don't want to get up here and actually have the real honest conversation. All right? Yeah, I'm telling them the truth. I like that you have the picture of your president. That's not my president. Knock it off. All right. Who do we have here, ladies and gentlemen? Who do we have here? Put a 1 in the chat if you are a Trump supporter. We don't got all morning to do this, all right? What we'll do is we'll go to a mutuals. All right, good morning, Shay. How are you doing?
How are you this morning?
I'm all right. All right. Arthur, don't do it now, Arthur. You could have did it before I brought Shay up here. Stop it.
Come on up, Arthur. What you got to say? Trash bait. That guy, God, he is such a loser. Oh my God.
You think so?
Oh, he has been trolling you for years, right? And just saying horrible things and calling people names, telling black women to shut their mouths, calling me white savior. I mean, the guy is one of the biggest POSs on the planet. He is you
hear that, trash bait?
He's horrible. Yeah.
What a shame.
Yeah.
What a shame. And then he gets up here and tries to prostrate himself as the most legally abiding construction business owner in the United States of America. You don't buy that, right? Do you think he?
No. You know what 1099s are, right? Like
I know what those are.
Yeah, I've been in 1099 several times.
Yeah.
And all that is, it is employer's way of not having the liabilities, He doesn't have to pay for medical insurance. He doesn't have to pay the taxes.
You hear that, trash bait?
Easiest way to just pay people like hourly wage, and it's all on the 1099 as an independent contractor to keep track of their own taxes, pay for their own stuff. So anytime you have these supposed, successful business owners saying that they contract a bunch of 1099s, that tells you exactly who he is.
Yeah.
He's just hiring laborers. Yeah.
Is he subjecting them to, when you do 1099, do you subject them to a background check to check their immigration status?
Normally. No, not normally. But I have to say, I had to put in my social security number, so that part is probably correct.
That part, but he's not doing the whole DOJ background check thing, right?
No, of course
exactly. Not. Look, booze and shame for trash bait. Booze and shame. Why do they get so mad when we play evidence of what Donald Trump says back to them? Do you know what that's about? Why do they get so upset when I play exactly what he says back to them?
Because they don't like they know what they voted for. They just don't like it thrown in their face. They don't like to be reminded that they voted for someone that, again, is going to wreck our economy. It's going to run these horrible racist agendas. Like they don't want to be reminded of that. They know that all that's coming, and they don't care. They don't care because they feel victimized. They feel victimized. And so that's what they're doing. And that's why they're just already angry. They've been made angry. So they can't wait to see this. They can't wait to see all of this stuff because somehow they haven't figured out how to hoist themselves up and do well in their life. And so they're pointing at, this is the reason we can't do it. They're taking all the money. They're doing this. And they can't wait to watch because it makes them feel good. They're in the bully club, like, oh, I can't wait to see these people be treated so horribly. It makes me feel better about myself.
Oh, that's what it is.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Exactly what it is. They were never the cool kids in high school, so they're trying to be the cool kids now. It's just interesting. They don't want it to be thrown in their face because some of them consider themselves to be Christian, right? And then they're like, but I'm a good person. But I'm a good person. I go to church and I pray to God and God loves me. But
you don't believe that these people are really living the life that they profess when they say stuff like that?
I think some do in some ways. I mean, I don't, like I said, as you know, I have a very Christian conservative family, and I think in some ways they absolutely feel that they do and things like that. I can't, I always believe that your Christianity, your faith, your all that is a personal thing. And so I don't ever want to say that necessarily because I cannot tell you what's in people's hearts.
Motive mics, thank you.
What they do. But at the same time, if you're okay with this, you really have got to look into your heart about it. You really do.
Thank you. Thank you. We have a brave soul up here. Arthur.
Hello.
Yeah. Have you been listening to the message and the truth that I've been bringing?
Well, I just heard that you hate Trump. That's about it. I haven't joined too long, so I didn't catch what you said earlier.
Oh, I was talking about mass deportations, tariffs, and cuts to Social Security. You don't think I should have a reason to be disappointed with the man that's going to bring up the cost of living, inflation through the roof, the price of eggs are going to go through the roof, and we're heading towards a 1929 style depression? You don't think I have a reason to be upset about that?
Well, none of it's true, so you shouldn't be upset about anything.
Well, okay, so what do you know about tariffs? Explain how that's not going to impact my pocketbook.
Well, I know that tariffs are the way that the government collected taxes before the 1913 implement of personal taxes.
I agree with that, actually. I agree with that, before the federal income tax. But how's now when Trump does a blanket tariff, right, Shay?
Yeah, it is. It's a blanket tariff.
Well, it's not blanket. It's actually specific.
It's not, though, Arthur.
How do you figure?
Because he has said it. It's a blanket tariff.
No, he didn't say that. He said he's going to put tariffs on countries that do not accept their immigrants back, and already Canada has bent the knee.
What? No, that has nothing to do with why he's doing tariffs.
No, that is exactly why he's doing tariffs. He's implementing tariffs on people who implement unfair trade policies of the United States. We pay tariffs to sell goods to Japan, China, you name it. They have high tariffs on us, but we don't have any tariffs on their incoming goods. That's why our market's flooded with cheap slave labor goods.
Sir, have you read Donald Trump's Truth Social post last week?
I'm not really into reading those kind of things.
So what if I were to read it to you, and in there there's proof that he's going to put blanket tariffs? Then
Go
what?
ahead, read it. Let me hear what it said.
Hold on, let me find it. Hold on. Just one quick second.
I know how people like to twist things or make things that aren't really true. We've heard it a million times.
Yeah.
You know, bloodbath, all that stuff.
Sides. Yes, it happens on both sides. Like Venezuela's emptying their.
Well, that's true, but now I think people are starting to realize what's going on, and they're not buying the BS anymore on either side.
Hold on. There we go. I got to get my device rocking and rolling. All right. Oh yeah. Okay. Here we go. All right. There we go. All right. Okay. He says, as everyone is aware, thousands of people are pouring through Mexico and Canada, bringing crime and drugs at level never seen before. Right now, a caravan is coming from Mexico composed of thousands of people. Seems to be unstoppable in the quest. On January 20th, as one of my first executive orders, I will sign necessary documents to charge Mexico and Canada 25% tariffs on all products coming into the United States.
Yeah.
Okay, and then he says
so
with China,
specific.
and then he
Canada
says...
and
then
Mexico.
Not
blanket, that's specific.
That's blanket for all products coming in Mexico, from Mexico and Canada.
That's right, that's specific to Mexico and Canada.
No. Okay, well, let's drill down in there. What products come in from Mexico and Canada? Is it just one thing, or is it a lot of stuff? Sounds pretty blanket to me.
Enough to make Trudeau come down to Mar-a-Lago and say, please don't do that. I'll start accepting any of the immigrants back into our country. So it worked.
Oh, how many Canadians?
Now, those things are going to be implemented only if they refuse to take back or to refuse to secure their border or take back immigrants that came in illegally.
Oh, so now Canada doesn't secure its border? So now
no, it's wide open as well.
So let's just go down this path real quick with Mexico and Canada and China. How are you going to guarantee us that's not going to cost us extra money when we go buy stuff that comes from those countries? Do you know
because other countries will step in and fill in the need. Wherever there's a hole, like there's a shortage of something, people will automatically come in and try to make capital off of that. Oh, wow, price of
Do you really do you really believe that though?
Yes, because that's how the free market works.
Okay, well, that's not what economists are saying, right? So let's just say you get a car, right? And parts of the vehicle are made in China, all right? You know, maybe you got some, aluminum, some steel or whatever. That comes in. You get some parts that are also coming in from Mexico, maybe even Canada. Do you understand that that's going to make the price of the vehicle cost more?
Well, that might
because they got to pay the tariffs. The businesses got to pay the tariffs, and the businesses are going to pass that cost on to you.
And then another company in the United States that will make those parts for less.
What does that got to do with the car I'm trying to buy that is using the parts? Not the other company. I'm talking about the car that you're buying.
Temporarily, but the price will actually stabilize when competition comes in.
Oh, so it's going to go up first and then it'll stabilize. It'll
go up on the parts, but not the whole entire car. And if it goes up on a part, it's going to be what, 10 cents?
10 cents.
You hear that, Shay? So
$1.
So wouldn't it be nicer if it went down 10 cents though? Wouldn't it be nicer if it did that?
Difference.
Oh, it
You're
doesn't.
talking about parts, right?
Remember the farmers who he did this tariffs on? Remember the farmers, and then what ended up happening?
That ended up
Shay,
working
what
out
happened?
good for
Shay, what
us.
happened with the farmers?
We
Remember
had to
this?
bail them out over
Oh,
$30 billion. We had to bail out our own farmers.
No,
you
well,
hear
what
that?
happened to the farmers?
Lost their farms.
Clue me in on that. I don't remember that.
Several of our farmers went into bankruptcy and lost their farms.
There you
Well,
go.
that's due to corporate ag, but that's not tariffs.
Oh, that was what he did to. No, that's what he did
The
when he
family
did all
farmer
the
went out of
tariffs with
business a
China.
long time ago.
He
John
rose the tariffs
wrote a
with
song
China.
about 30
He
years
begged,
ago.
hey, Arthur, I'm talking. He begged Xi Jinping to please start buying our soybeans again. He literally begged him
To what?
to buy our soybeans again because he had done all this tariff, all this, trade wars with China, and it affected our own farmers here. You can look it up. It was horrible. Absolutely
know about
horrible.
that.
So we're about to go into a lot of that stuff. We understand there's unfair practices. We get all of that. That's not our point.
Well,
We
then how would you
understand
fix it?
That tariffs work here and there, and then they can be, fundamentally used.
Well, then how would you fix the unbalance then? If China's charging tariffs to bring in American goods to China, but then the United States charges none, and we have an unfair trade balance, how would you fix it?
Then set up places where we can start building and having stuff here before you start, doing these blanket tariffs.
But why would a company
It's
move
going to
here?
raise the goods
to the
on it.
United-
It's going to raise the prices on everything, and you guys are already complaining about.
Okay,
the
let me
price
ask you
stuff.
this.
That's
Why
the
would
part,
a company
Arthur.
That's our point. We're not anti-tariff. We're not anti-fixing the issues. That's not our point. Our point is every single time for 4 years, we dealt with the complaining of the rise of goods and Biden's economy constantly
Thank you.
over and over and over and over.
That's
And
Biden's
he went
fault.
and voted. No, it's not. He
Biden
inherited
reversed all the
and it
tariffs.
was
He
a
reversed
pandemic.
everything Trump did.
No,
and
he
then
did
you
not.
blame the inflation
No,
on
he didn't.
Trump?
He has. Oh my God.
That's
seriously.
absurd.
Arthur. So here's the issue.
Oh my God.
What Shay is saying is spot on. You agree while Biden was president, inflation got too out of control and the cost of living went up. Huh?
That was
Did you hear
caused
what
by
it
spending.
it was Biden according to MAGAnomics. It was
It is
Biden.
Biden that caused
Thank you. So
inflation.
we're not dodging that. All I'm trying to get you to understand is
It was
if Trump is supposed to bring it down, correct? See, I'm using your logic. I don't agree with it, by the way, but I'm using your logic. Trump is supposed to bring the cost down. Yes or no?
Well, I'm not sure it's going to bring. I'm not sure it's going to bring inflation down because inflation is caused by spending money, and Biden is spending money like a drunken sailor. He's been printing money beyond COVID emergency level for 4 solid years.
So did Trump, Arthur. So did Trump.
Arthur, listen to what I'm asking you. You believe Biden made inflation go up? Yes?
Yes.
Trump he's supposed to bring it down. Otherwise, if he doesn't bring it down and it goes up, we should have just left Biden in office, correct?
No way.
So if it goes up under Trump, it's okay.
Well, because Biden's right now in Africa giving away another $1 billion, he's giving away billions and billions of dollars. Of course, there's going to be residual.
Did you hear my question? I didn't ask you to go take your mind to Africa.
Well,
I asked
where the
you.
money's being spent is what's causing inflation.
Sir,
he wants to do an emergency blast of money to Ukraine now.
Now you're in Ukraine.
So when all that money gets,
you see what his mind has done, Shay? I scrambled his brain.
What's
I
going
scrambled
to
it like an
happen is
egg.
it's going to cause more inflation. So on his way out of office, he's throwing money out the window, which is going to, of course, have a residual effect and cause inflation.
Okay.
So you guys can go, Trump did this.
But
Why is the inflation under control right now? Why is it 2.5%?
Well, the markets are reacting to Trump coming back in, so obviously people are investing again.
It was this way before the election.
Inflation's still high, though. It's still the same.
Arthur.
Inflation always exists, Arthur. Always.
That's because the government is
range is
spending
1
money.
to 3%. That's the normal range. It has always existed. You guys
Well, it
act
went up
like
to
the
8 under
inflation
Biden.
word is like a Biden thing.
Arthur, you know what? I hear you chuckling. I hear you chuckling underneath all of this. You know you made a mistake, huh?
No, thank God we didn't get Kamala Harris. That's all I can say.
Yeah, but guess what? You won't be woke, but you're gonna be broke.
We're gonna
No,
find
people
out.
that go woke
We're
go
gonna find
broke, and
out.
No, no,
everybody
no.
knows that. We're dropping
Okay,
BDI.
okay, okay, but
Inflation, but we're about to be run by a bunch of billionaires. This is going to be fascinating to
Well,
watch.
the
yeah,
same thing with Soros and the billionaires that back Democrats. It's the same thing.
No,
Arthur,
was Soros in
Arthur,
the cabinet?
Oprah Winfrey.
Arthur,
Was Oprah in the cabinet? Hello.
Arthur,
We're talking
Arthur.
about people in
Yes,
cabinet positions. Okay, stay alert to what I'm
that's
saying.
going to be great.
I,
And
I
the
just
new
want you
border
to,
czar, which is hilarious, is
This
going
is
to
what I'm saying.
stop all that nonsense.
Got a bunch of
Arthur.
billionaires in
Why is it acceptable for Trump to bring the cost of living up and make inflation go up? Why is that acceptable for
Because
you?
that's not what he's going to do.
Well, so if it does happen under him, you're saying it's okay, or if
If
it's
it
not?
happens under him, it'll
Yeah.
probably be the early part of his term because, like I said, Biden is on a spending blitz. So that's going to create more inflation.
So he's not going to bring it down.
Well, Biden is doing
Just say it.
everything
Just
he
say it,
can
Arthur. Arthur,
to
just say
drive
just
it up.
Arthur. Just say Trump has no power to bring inflation down for us.
Well, I don't think that anybody has power to bring inflation down because it's caused by spending money. Now, if we go through
So wait a second. So
and
that
lower
means
our
that
spending
means that
rate,
means that means Biden doesn't have any power.
well,
So
Biden doesn't
so
care. That's his object
so
is to go
so
out and blow as much money as he can to crash the U.S. dollar.
No, he's
Arthur, we can't hit a moving target. Does the president have power to make inflation go up and down? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, then Trump can bring inflation down, correct?
Well, he can over time. He can bring down government spending and maybe increase domestic production of uh, of energy and do things to stave it off, or at least increase the value of the dollar, which will in turn bring inflation
Get to the
down.
Bitcoin and get
But
to all
once
of
it
the
goes up,
hocus pocus
yeah,
magic tricks,
Bitcoin is
Arthur.
important too.
See, see.
and all that. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, the entire planet's getting on that.
Well, Arthur, here's some bad news. We were just talking about tariffs. We didn't even get into the mass deportations. You know, if you get rid of these people that are doing the work for a low price,
that's BS.
if you get rid of the people that are doing the work for the low price and you replace them with people doing it for a higher price, then the difference is going to be passed on to you. You do get that, right? Because I'm not taking a hit.
Worth it, as
Huh?
long as it's worth it to have a better wage. You guys always want to increase.
No, so now you're a
minimum
Democrat.
wage, right?
So now you're a
Let's
Democrat.
increase minimum wage.
So now you're a Democrat. Let's increase
I am
minimum
a
wage,
Democrat,
says Arthur.
actually.
So,
I'm a
huh?
registered Democrat.
Oh,
I'm not
wow.
on board with this new Democratic Party. No.
I figured. Wow, Arthur, you're so confused, bro.
No,
You're
I'm
so
not
confused.
I go for whatever works best and whoever's in charge. I voted for Obama.
Oh,
because
stop
I hated
it.
the neocons. Now the neocons, Dick Cheney and the rest, they're all backing Democrats. Gee, I wonder why.
They're not backing.
And you're backing Trump.
policy.
Yeah, come on, Dick Cheney back.
Sir,
Trump.
sir.
She said she was
They're
Sir.
honored to
warning you
accept
as to
the
who Trump is. That's why
This is
Arthur,
wild.
the war
not
criminal
backing them due
Dick
to
Cheney.
Arthur. They're not backing them for policy. They've said that 1,000 times. They're not voting for Democrats because they want the policy.
Oh, is that why Bill
Arthur.
Kristol's
They are
the Democrats
voting.
now?
They supported Kamala to keep Trump out of office because they're trying
Why
to.
would they
how
do
dangerous.
that?
Arthur, you know what's...
They
Oh,
have
sorry,
a
Shay.
clue who he
Maybe
is,
to spend more
Arthur.
money in Ukraine,
Because they have
to
a
escalate
clue.
war with Russia.
Arthur,
Arthur, listen to Shay,
We're about
please.
to find out what we've been trying to warn you guys about.
And if you believe they're neocons, Arthur, here's the
Yeah,
issue.
you
I
know
have
that-
here's the
when
issue. Arthur,
Trump started
Arthur,
his first presidency.
Arthur.
when they started
Jesus Christ, I
pointing-
gotta mute this guy. Arthur, the issue here is you're just as ridiculous. You're trying to say Liz Cheney and her father Dick Cheney supporting the Democrats is definitely a cause for concern, but you're ignoring the cause for concern with you claiming to be a Democrat voting for Donald Trump. So if they can't do it, why should you be able to do it, Arthur?
Oh, good question, Zeus.
You want to be a flip flopper? You want to be a flipper, Arthur?
Great question.
It's this nonsense. You know what? We don't got much time to play around with people like Arthur Shea. I got to move it along.
we gotta move on.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do with Arthur. Unfortunately, he's possessed with the MAGA demon. He's super confused. He's a flip-flopper, but he's mad at other people who he thinks are flip-floppers. It doesn't make sense. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send him to the lake of fire. Let's give him a round of booze and shame. Get out of here. Texas in the
causes
chat.
inflation and all of that. Needs to learn about that stuff instead of
Thank
using
you.
it as a dirty word. It's fascinating. So yeah, so just to be very clear, everybody, we are the only reason that Zeus or even I or whatever is trying to make a point about what the tariffs are going to do. We're not saying tariffs shouldn't exist. Of course they should, right? We got to play in the fair game. It's got to be a fair game. I get it. It's been an unfair game. We get all of that. So tariffs need to have strategy behind them. Biden issued tariffs as well. We're not saying that, but you guys have whined about the price of goods for 4 years. And all we're saying is what Trump is doing with blanket 25% tariffs across the board is going to raise the prices of goods even further. So
Thank you.
Why that's our point to you is like you just time and time again told us you're voting for your price of goods to be back to where they were in 2017. You have told us this over and over and over.
And we don't believe them.
This is not what's going to happen. And that is the point to everything. Don't come up here and try to school us about tariffs and this and that. We know all of this.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, all right, Shay, I got to move it along. All right, ladies and gentlemen. W. Shay in the chat. All right, no lies detected. Good morning, everyone. Arthur, we already spoke with you, and thank you for getting up here and being way more respectful than trash bait. But unfortunately, Arthur, you got a lot of homework, all right? Because what you did, you can be a flipper yourself, and then all of a sudden have problems with other people who are in your world being flippers. That just to me shows there's a breakdown in your logic model. All right. And plus we got to move on. All right. If I could talk, I would talk for a long time. All right. I thought, where'd you go, Ange? I thought you were up here. All right. Let's go to the next. Let's go bring up our next panelist. Who do we have? All right. Who do we have? Oh my goodness. Let's see. All right. Come on up here. We're gonna this might require some heavy lifting, all right? I already know this guest, but we're gonna get him straightened out. You come back to the throne. What can I help you with?
You know what? Let me just say one thing, and I only got one thing to say, man. Arthur took you and Shay to school.
Okay.
That guy knows exactly what he was talking about. So Zeus, with that, hold this L, buddy, because that guy took you to school for everybody to see.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to
I'm glad that
Trumps.
This is a
shout out to the
this is what you call. This is somebody who loves supporting other people and getting on.
Bus. He picked you up on that short bus and took you to
school. Well, let me ask you this.
That's all I gotta say, bro.
You believe that?
I watched the whole thing. Oh yeah.
Okay, what part did he really get me on? Because I want to get better. What part did he get me on?
Look, I'm sure you record your live. Go back and look.
Yeah, just give me the part where you said he got Zeus and Shay.
He schooled you on everything, bro.
Okay, what about the tariffs? Did he school me on?
It was good to see. Your lives got pushed back on real time. And everybody.
But what part did he get me on?
All of it.
What part about the tariffs?
Zeus, he got you, bro.
These are just general answers.
Everybody saw it. Look,
all right.
Do better, right?
All right.
Stop pushing lies.
Okay.
Right. And remember what I told you that what Trump was going to do is happening in real time. Remember that.
All right. But you don't got any evidence to support what you're saying. It's just all emotion. So unfortunately,
I told you. Remember what I predicted? It's
I just asked.
Past, isn't it?
I just asked for it. Okay, okay. All right, I got you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a MAGA demon. He loves worshiping other people, even people that are on TikTok. I thought it was just something he had for Trump, but I guess anybody can get it. If you just say those magical words, he's on his knees worshiping you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give that previous guest, let's give him a round of boos and shame. Thank you for keeping it short and sweet. Thank you.
Silence, you MAGA.
Thank you for keeping it short and sweet. We didn't have to waste any time getting straight to the lake of fire with that previous guest. I am in a cult. That's all you should have said. Hey, Zeus, I'm just here to let you know I'm in a cult. Thank you. Please send me to the lake of fire. That's the easiest way to have a conversation with a Trump supporter. All right, let's move it along. All right, I'm going to bring up Q Dog. All right. Good morning, Q Dog. How are you doing, brother?
Hey, what's going on, bro?
Well, another day, another show on TikTok. All right. Zeus, it's a shame. Wait a second. It's a shame someone who seems so intelligent is disingenuous. Oh, DJ, come on up here. I've spoken to you before. Come on
Yeah,
up here,
he can come on up here.
DJ.
I want to get a piece of that last guess. I tell you, my question to every last one of these MAGA
Okay.
is: y'all say that politicians don't tell the truth, this, that, and the other, but y'all believe everything that Trump says and does,
Okay.
even when
Yeah.
he
Come
lies
up next
straight
time,
to
DJ,
your
when you're
face.
not at work. Sorry, Q.
He's at work. Yeah.
Yeah. He said he can't work when he can't come up when you and I are in the box, but we're
But
disingenuous.
he could be in the chat all day. Okay, we get it. We get it. You know what we say about that. Excuses are tools of incompetence.
Yes. Yeah.
Use the
Well,
dumb
it's Shaq and
monumental
Kobe.
measurements.
He sees Shaq and Kobe, and he like, yeah, I don't want to go through that blender this
We
morning
get
because
it. He don't want that heat. We
yeah,
get it. We
smart
get it.
decision, DJ,
Yeah,
and
very
that
smart.
goes to all of you. To be quite honest,
Exactly.
thank you.
So I just wanna ask that question to all the Trump supporters. And I'm gonna take a page out of your book, Zeus. Put a one in the chat if you got the guts to come up here and tell us why you believe everything that Trump says, but every other president in the history was just a liar and they did this, that, and the other. Put a one in the chat. I'll wait.
I brought him up. I brought him up.
He
Go
can
ahead, talk to him.
come back up here.
Well, listen, bro, you can have that big deep voice and try to act like you're something, but you're not.
Okay. Well,
You're not,
at the
okay?
end of the day,
That big old deep voice isn't fooling anybody, buddy.
okay. At
Zeus
the end
got
of the
taken
day,
to
come January, I hope you got your paperwork showing.
Zeus got taken to school, and so did you.
I
Bro.
hope you got your paperwork
Okay.
showing.
He don't want to have a
We'll be
conversation.
going back to
He don't want to have a
before I go
conversation. He want to come up here. I hope you got your paperwork ready, homeboy, because when they come for you, what you gonna do?
Now you didn't got Nutty activated. See, he didn't got Nutty activated.
Boy, what I'm trying to tell you, y'all just don't realize. Go ahead. He's the only one to put a one in the chat, and then come up here with that buffoonery.
Where did our Chia pet go?
Oh.
Chia.
That's what I'm trying to figure out, bro.
Chia, where'd you go? The pottery that really grows.
Yeah, I mean,
isn't that known as MAGA? They're a bunch of chia pets.
And you know what?
To Q's point, anything that the man says, they take it, they run with, they believe it, but everybody else is a liar.
Yeah.
Help me understand that. But he come up here because he has no substance. That's the reason why he came up here. He wish he probably had my voice. What it is. Maybe he's not getting enough loving at home. That
Alter
might
ego.
be what it is.
Cut it out, alter ego. Knock it off.
You know, he's 50 years old, still wearing a bandana on his head. Come on, bro.
It's got to stop that. We got to do better.
Put your grown man pants on, homie. You know, I just don't get it. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around it. Again. And I'm gonna say it again, and no buffoonery like that last genius. If you're a Trump supporter, put a one in the chat and come on up here. I love for y'all to come up here with the Divine Nine and Zeus. Shaq and Kobe and the Divine Nine.
Yeah.
Bring your behinds up here. We'll wait.
Yeah.
We will wait.
Oh, look at that. We got somebody. And listen, I don't need to, get too activated. It's pretty much, you should just get up and apologize at this point.
Yeah, it's no heavy lifting. Just come on up. State your case.
Hey Zeus, I'm gonna resign from my job.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna take on a new job.
Oh, what's that?
I'm gonna sit at home and I'm just gonna look for people who look like they're immigrants. And then I'm just gonna call ICE.
Oh.
Hey, on speed dial. Speed dial.
In my state of misery, there's a bill that's giving Missourians $1,000 for each illegal.
I heard about that. The bounty. I did hear about that. But aren't you concerned that you might call the police on someone that you might think is but isn't?
I don't care.
Yeah, they've been doing that to us for generations.
It's all about the paper in my pocket, man. If I just turn in 3 a day, that's 3G a day, brother. I ain't gotta go to the man's work no more. I ain't gotta punch no clock no more.
Oh,
Are you making stuff up, sir? Because I don't want to do the fear mongering if I don't need to.
So that's funny because y'all go look up the bill in Missouri that they're giving Missourians that they want to give Missourians $1,000 reward, turning in people that they think are immigrants, and they want to use the taxpayer money to do this. So I might as well reap some of my own tax-paying money that I had. I want to get some of that back.
You're right. I found it.
We might as well.
I gotta get that bag, brother.
Nutty, we might as well take a page from that Karen and Ken book.
It's not BS. It's not BS.
At least we can benefit from the everything that's going to increase in price. We can kind of benefit from that. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, they told us to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps. That's me pulling myself up by the bootstraps. Because if I'm getting that bag, I ain't gotta get no Social Security. I ain't gotta get this, that, and the other. I ain't gonna be living off the government. Like y'all can't be angry at me for getting that bag. So I don't care if you're black, white, Asian, Hispanic. I'm just gonna turn people in because I gotta get that bag.
And the craziest part about it is, Nutty, the thing that I keep hearing when they keep talking about the borders, because y'all do realize it's more than the southern border, and there is the northern border, the western border. There's more than just the southern border. And
so Renegade said that he spends $1,000 blinking. He said he thinks $1,000 is money. The fact, Renegade, why don't you request the box, brother? Instead of chirping in the comments, just request the box.
Renegade,
tell me how broke I am because I'm so woke.
They scared, bro. They ain't ready for this heat.
Renegade, did you vote for Donald Trump, or are you just up here joking? Because we know $1,000, we know what it is, but eggs cost less than 1,000. There's a problem. So somebody out there, $1,000 is a lot of money. W Doc in the chat, let's go.
Hey, Zeus,
all right.
The thing is, they were happy about them $1,000 checks that they were getting 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Those stimmies. They
was happy about that. Now that ain't nothing. Okay. And I still have yet to hear anybody say anything beside the Latino community as far as immigrants. Now he's talking about, well, families need to go too to break up so they don't break up the families or whatnot. What about the Europeans? What about the folks that came over here from Europe? Like back in the slave days, your ancestors. We ain't said nothing. They ain't said nothing about that. We start going down your history of your family.
Tell them
that came over here illegally and brought our ancestors over here illegally. Hey, Zeus.
Yeah.
Zeus, the former guest, the bandana wearing MFer.
Yeah.
He keeps trying to get my attention. So I invited him back up to the box.
Okay. Well, listen, we got a few more minutes, but yeah, let's address whatever issue. And again, as long as it's a clean fight, we can do it. All right.
He ain't gonna talk about nothing.
But if he just wants to be immature, I just feel like it's not contributing to the show. We need people to be contributing.
Go ahead, talk to me, EBT baby. What do you got to say?
¿Qué pasa, vatos? ¿Cómo estás?
That's what you got. Hey, everybody heard your racist comments, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, brother. They did. Because I'm just gonna report you to
Shut your
ICE.
ass up, bitch.
I'm just gonna report you to ICE, my brother.
Do you have more? What is your education?
Jesus Christ! I mean, this is what I'm saying.
Again, his education level is above 2.
This country is so divided. This country is so divided, and this is all because of Donald Trump and his supporters. The cat's out of the bag. We tried not to do any of this stuff, ladies, didn't we? We tried to avoid this.
Hey, what we need to do is keep an eye on his page, and he'll be the first one that we report. Go ahead and get him deported.
I mean, this is sad.
Might as well.
So since there's 1.5K of people in here, so y'all that don't know me, listen. The thing that differentiates me from and any one of us brothers that are up here, us from them, is that we actually care about human beings, whether or not they have papers or not.
Thank you.
Whether or not they have papers or not. The fact that I said I'm going to sit there and call ICE, it was the fact that they voted for this. They voted for their own deportation. They voted for the man that said that he don't like them, that he wants to get them the heck up out of here. Zeus just got done playing his own words, and y'all are triggered by the man's own words.
It's like, hear no evil, see no evil. I hear it, but I don't believe it. Like, come on, man. You got to get hit upside the head with a baseball bat and still don't believe that your head just got hit with a baseball bat.
But yet you want to scream libtards. You want to scream the very people that tries to save your life on a daily.
That's what hurts. That's what hurts. We did so much work out here to try to get these people to wake up and recognize that you shouldn't believe what Donald Trump is saying and the people on the right, that the Democrats are causing all of these issues. If you sat back and paid attention, we're actually trying to support you. And this is the thanks we get.
So you know what, Trash Bait, if you got something to say to me, you come to my page and you say it to my face. We're not going to litigate it up here in Zeus's Live because, brother, what I got to say to you, I will not keep it clean.
Well, there you go. Well, listen, you two.
You got something to say to me. You send me your phone number and we can hash this out like two men, but we know who the real man is, and it's not you.
Stop saving him. Yeah.
Bro,
I know it's not you.
I tell them all the time, Nutty, hey, it ain't nothing but a quick trip straight to ATL. We can have a conversation face to face, man to man, or man to chest. You be talking to my chest.
So
my thing is, here's the thing. We're going to stop saving you guys because you're not trying to hear. You're going to believe what you want to believe. It is what it is. You won't understand it until it actually happens to you.
And that's the part.
And that's the part. I was in Publix just a few days ago and literally, just looking at prices, right, Zeus?
Yeah.
And stuff that I was buying like a year or two ago, it has doubled. It has literally doubled. And when they have their what they call weekly BOGO, buy one, get one free or whatnot, those BOGOs they double the prices. When have you ever seen a liter of cooking oil, whether it's vegetable oil or canola oil, at $8-9 a bottle?
Jesus Christ!
And and when they put a BOGO on it, if they put a BOGO on it, it's still over $5, $4.
They don't understand. They're still paying for it.
They're still paying for it. You're paying the regular price. You got to be smarter than the average bear when it comes to that. But a lot of these people, they take bits and pieces of what they get from here, what they get from there, what they get from Fox News, and they put it all in the pot together and then come up with their own solution.
Sad.
Well, listen, Q. Listen, Zeus. I'm out of here. I got
to get
back to my black job.
All right.
We got real lives and real work to do outside of what we do in the kingdom. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough. All right, Q Dog, ladies and gentlemen, WQ Dog, W Nutty Professor in the chat. Let's give him a huge round of applause. All right, brother. No lies detected. It's getting to the point, ladies and gentlemen, where people are just going to find out the hard way. I've been trying my best to get the truth out here and to prevent chaos and calamity from happening, and yet here we are. All I've done this morning is played what Donald Trump said in an interview, and you're all getting worked up. You're all getting worked up, and I'm going, you voted for this. Don't blame me. Don't blame the Democrats, because guess what? We voted for Kamala Harris. No lies detected. No lies detected. All right, Scott, come on up here, Scott. You said something in the chat, and I was a little confused about what you said, Scott. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Better than you, I guess, because you're nothing but a crybaby.
How am I a crybaby?
Wah. That's all you do is cry.
Give me an example.
We voted you libtards out.
Why the identity politics? Come on, I just want to talk about the issues.
We voted you libtards out.
I want to talk about the issues. Because let's be honest, when it comes to crime,
you don't know anything about issues.
Well, Scott, if you want to start talking about crying, I don't think you want to have that conversation because your leader cried for 4 years. Well, actually, he cried since he's been in office.
That's what you're doing right now. You're going to be crying for 4 years.
So did Trump cry when he lost the election? Did Trump cry when he lost the election?
No, he just did everything he should do. Took it to court, and you watch what's going to end up happening. You'll find out that election was stolen.
Did he cry when he committed an insurrection?
That election was stolen, dude.
Did he cry when he got impeached?
That election was stolen. 2020 was stolen. What happened to those 18 million people that came out to vote? In 2020, they don't exist. They were dead people, and they were fucking cheating votes.
Oh, listen, sir, we don't curse.
Machine.
We don't curse on this show. Again, this guy's triggered. He's so triggered. Scott, you're triggered because your daddy lost the 2020 election. And you just won't be mad. You won't be.
He won, and he won again.
Then be a man and admit.
He won again. You guys got fired. Deal with it. Fuck you for 4 years.
Well, here we go, Scott. I got something for you. Ladies and gentlemen, let me warm up the lake of fire for deranged Scott. All right, Scott, I'm going to deal with something. You go back to whatever dark hole you crawled out of. Nothing you Trump supporters says bothers me. Because you know what makes me feel comfortable? When he gets into office, W. Rick in the chat, when he gets into office, you're going to be suffering financially. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give the previous guest, Scott, a huge round of boos and shame.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, Scott and the rest of his supporters or his friends out here, they are super upset. All I want you Trump supporters to understand is you're on borrowed time. You're on borrowed time, and you're going to be broke. Hi, Puff.
Hello, Zeus. How are you this morning, sir? How are you on this fine Monday morning? You look like you're a little down in the dumps today. You okay?
I'm doing perfectly fine because I'm resting. Listen, I know you all are either pretending you don't know what's about to happen or you really don't know. It's one of the two. But I understand you're in for a while. You've signed up for a nasty roller coaster ride, and it ends very terribly for you. That's kind of why I'm not worried. So
you look worried.
No. I actually am not. To be quite honest, I'm actually somewhat thrilled.
So let me ask you,
because you won't be able to blame Biden. You won't be able to blame Kamala. You won't be able to blame Democrats.
Let's do something different for a change. Instead of like going back and forth, like let's just fight it. Can we both agree that waste and fraud goes on in our government?
Yeah.
Do you not think it's healthy to start cracking down on waste and fraud and getting money from there?
Yeah, but can we also agree that Trump is talking about committing waste and fraud?
No.
He says we're going to do mass deportations. We know that's going to cost a lot of money to do. Okay, and then he also said he's going to make it, and then he said he wants to make it easy for people to come in the country. So, that's a vicious cycle of fraud, waste and fraud.
That's not fraud. Let's unpack that. So factually, Zeus, it cost us 60-something plus thousand per year per immigrant, okay? And it cost you, so it'll cost us $49 billion per year to keep them versus $22 billion for one-time fee to send back. So it's 44 billion to keep them per year, or it's 22 million to remove them.
They contribute over 100 billion.
No, the people that are being deported aren't contributing at all.
Oh, you must not have heard the information. So he wants to deport criminals and then others.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Who are the others?
Others are people that have overstayed their visa, or that the courts have already deemed that you must go, that your asylum was not taken, and you were deemed to be removed, and you're just free in society, not removed. Those are others.
Nope. I beg to differ. Let me list who the others are, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Okay. So you can go look this up. In terms of, U.S. industries that rely mostly on illegal immigration, all right? And so when I hear others, I think about the 13.
Before you go any farther, I want to make sure you said that right. Industries that utilize illegal immigrants. That's what you said?
Yes.
So then we have companies that are breaking the law, correct?
Correct.
That are paying them under the wage. So here's what I'm curious. When y'all say this thing, it blows me away. You're like, who's going to pick our fruit? And who's going to pick our vegetables? And who's going to be in our fields? That sounds awful familiar. Like you're fighting because I can't live my normal life if these guys don't come over and pick our fruit that we don't want to pick because we pay them less. So yes, let's keep them here. It sounds like you're advocating for slavery.
No.
It sounds like it because they're here to pick our fruit, right? According to you.
No, sir. If I am just exposing you to what's really happening in the world, that doesn't mean I'm advocating for anything. You know what I mean? It's just it is what it is.
Well, you said it's going to be devastating to our economy if we've done that. It's going to cost us money. So basically, you're saying you don't want your slave labor removed from the country. You want to keep it here.
Listen to what I'm trying to say, because I didn't say the word slave. You're doing that where you're trying to jump and get to a point where you're just triggered and you're just overreacting. I asked you who were the others, because Trump says we're going to deport the criminals and others. So you asked me who were the others, and then I was about to read it, and then you said, "Can I stop you?" And I don't want you to stop me.
Go ahead, Bruce.
All right. 13.7% of undocumented people in this country work in construction. 12.7% work in agriculture. 7.1% work in hospitality. 6.5% general services. 5.5% in wholesale. 5.5% in transportation and warehousing. 5.4% in manufacturing. 4.7% in professional services, 3.9% in retail trade, 3.6% in mining and extracting. What to me, this is a wake-up call, which means maybe we ought to think twice before we just start going after these people who are doing this stuff. Because these other people... Let's go by one by one. Let's just pick construction. Absolutely, we should be going after the construction because it's a two-part problem. They come here for the work to get work, and I can't blame anybody that wants to come here and work. I don't blame the person that comes here and wants to work. I don't like the process you do, but our government encourages them to do it illegal. But let me give you just construction alone, okay? I would be tickled to death if we removed every one of them that's being illegal here and find every single employee that's paying them under the table. Because here's what happens, Zeus. Because people like myself that pay the proper insurances, that jump through the hoops that we're supposed to do, and pay your workman's comp, and pay your unemployment insurance, and pay the employees a fair wage, we get undercut by people that just don't have all them things and go to Home Depot and get an undocumented immigrant to jump in the back of the truck to go work for slave labor all day. We don't do that. You might do that. You might do that. We don't do that.
No, we do that. I can go right now in my truck and drive you to Home Depot and show you there'll be at least 20 people standing out there.
Have you done that?
No, I don't do that because it's illegal.
But there's a guy that came up in my box, Trash Bait, and he runs a construction business. He's a MAGA. He's ultimate MAGA.
Yes, and he needs to be fined because he does shit that's illegal. He goes and hires.
Well, keep it clean. Well, keep it clean, though. But you know what I got to say? He should be fined and jailed. W, Sir Puff, for saying that. I think I definitely agree with you, Sir Puff. Trash Bait does need to be fined because he's definitely running a fraudulent business practice. But you can understand the concern that I have now. We have MAGA benefiting from illegal immigrants coming into this country.
Yeah, it's not just MAGA; it's everybody benefiting from them.
I mean, and so when Trump talks about getting rid of these people,
are you trying to say that MAGA are the only ones that build houses? Is that what you're saying?
No. I would never suggest that. But I'm just trying to say
MAGA's the only home builders that do it illegally.
I think MAGA are the only ones that are delusional about it, right? So, for instance, why would you sabotage yourself if this is your way of living, making a living for yourself? Why would you be advocating to do a mass deportation when you know at the end of the day it keeps you in business to have these people here?
No, because those kinds of people aren't the people that are voting in the first place. I'm advocating because those kinds of things affect my business because I have to play by the rules. And they don't have to play by the rules. And I don't want the people that don't play by the rules, businesses included. I think it's a two-part problem. I've been saying this from the beginning. You can't just shut the border down and say nobody else come here. You have to crack down on the employers that are using them as slave labor and they're underpaying them.
Yeah. But this is the thing, though. A lot of Republicans, MAGA, know that they're not going to be cracked down on. At the end of the day, they're just going to capitalize, make their money, and then, whatever happens to these people.
Because if we actually go look at who's running with all the ones you say it's going to hurt our economy, and you go look at these
Imagine
businesses,
that.
Oh, those are Democrat-owned business. Those are Democrat-owned.
No. I just told you about trash bait, for instance. So let's just say he did it the right way, because this is where I get into it as a consumer, right? Whatever business I engage in, whatever I do, most people, you look for a deal, right? You go to the store, you want to get it at a deal, right? At an affordable price. You don't want to spend a lot of extra money when you go buy stuff, right?
Yeah.
Right. Whether you agree with it or not, you're profiting or you're benefiting from these people being in the country. So if we get rid of these people, we're going to have a huge problem, because if you backfill that position, you're going to have to backfill it with somebody that I would say is going to charge you more.
Again,
right?
Would you agree that wage growth? This is what keeps wage growth down, by allowing this. This is the only way to get wage to grow up, to grow and to make, is to do away with it. This is, you don't realize.
But that means inflation goes up if you bring up the wages. You see the connection. You see the connection. If wages go up, then inflation has to go up too.
Again, well, but obviously that would be since the beginning of time. It's the rate of inflation versus the rate of wage growth.
So this is where we're at now. If you all have been crying about the prices of eggs for 4 years, prices of apples, avocados, almonds, all this stuff, and we do this exercise of mass deportation, then the wages do have to go up, which means inflation goes up, which means the average American now is going to spend more to live. Which to me is a direct attack.
But you're leaving out the equation. But their wages are going up too, and then we create more competition where you don't have that big influx, because that's what we have. We have that thing where you can have the cheap labor. Again, I don't even know how y'all continue to advocate. Like, it blows me away. Like, who's gonna pick our freaking cotton? Are y'all crazy? You're sending all our cotton pickers out of here.
Wait a second.
Listen to what you say, Zeus.
No, I never used the word cotton. That's you. So let's just do it your way, Puff. You're running a business and you hire somebody to work for you, and they're getting paid $10 an hour, hypothetically, right? You, whatever it is you're producing, you turn around and you make a profit off of it, right? That's kind of how this works, right?
Yeah.
Now, all of a sudden, things change and you have to now pay this person $20 an hour. Do you keep the price of what you're selling the same?
It offsets it, but you assume that.
Did you catch what I just did?
No. Again, you're assuming that cost is eaten one place, and it's not. That's the misconception. You act like I just raised mine to that $10. I just make mine.
You're running your business. You look at the profit every day, every month. You look at how much you're bringing in. If your overhead goes up, bro.
No, because it splits up across the board. Because I cut costs in other places because it averages out.
No, I didn't give you the opportunity to cut costs in other places. I'm asking you, if your overhead goes up, are you going to continue to eat that cost, or are you going to try to pass it on?
You're going to, again, you're giving an A and B answer. I tried to tell you about cutting other things. You said I didn't ask you that. I want to know if you're doing A.
What can you cut? Most businesses are already making cuts in areas they need to make in order to maximize their profit. So I'm assuming you've already done that exercise. We're talking about, hey, you've just been ordered to increase wages now, and your cost of doing business has gone up.
So what you're saying is, look, I don't want to pay more for my stuff, and I don't want to pay more for my house, or I don't want to pay more for my things because it costs me more money. I would assume working off the backs of others being underpaid illegally so that I can continue to have my stuff cheap. I want to work off the backs of others.
That's what you guys do.
That's what you want to do. I want to use their slave labor so I can continue to have my house cheaper, because if I got to pay an American,
let me correct you on something. Let me correct you on something.
But I need slave labor to do it.
Okay, you just want to use the word slave. I need you to relax. You don't got to keep saying slave. Relax.
That's true. That's what you want.
No. You know there's a difference between
you said it out
slavery.
Zeus, you said Zeus. You said if
no. Listen, if it's slave labor, then they're not getting paid. So let's just nip that in the bud, all right? Because we know what that was about. These people are not getting paid what they probably should get paid. They're getting underpaid. You can stick to that term.
Okay,
but you don't need to quit. You don't need to keep trying to gaslight Zeus. I've heard all of this stuff.
Fair enough. I won't use that word.
Thank you.
But Zeus says, so what Zeus' stance is, I don't want I don't want to pay more for my house, so I want to let the immigrants continue to come here and be underpaid so that I don't have to pay more. And that's what I support.
Let me say what I need to say, because I think you're getting hung up on this.
That's what
I understand there is a reciprocal relationship happening, right? Wherever these folks are coming from, they see this as an opportunity, right? So
the president told them to.
I'm not even getting into the politics. Whatever it is, they perceive this to be an opportunity for them, and they're willing to do it at that rate. You have employers or business owners that see these folks and they're saying, well, I will work with you, and guess what? We have this relationship now, and it allows us to do what we're doing. And so this is what we've gotten ourselves into as a country. Whether you like it or not, but it is what it is. Now, to disrupt that and say, hey, we want to do this the right way, and unfortunately, the cost of things are going to go up. That's another conversation, in my opinion, that we should have had. Because from what I understand, you all were complaining about the cost being too high. And if the cost being too high was really an issue, then how do you think making it go even higher solves that?
Because I don't think about just tomorrow. I think about my kids and my grandkids and the progression of wage growth and what stops our wage growth and what stifles wage growth. And every time we do mass immigration here, it affects 3 industries. Every time you can go look at it, clockwork for the last 50 years. It affects the hospitality industry, it affects the food industry, and it affects the construction industry, the trades, every single time. And there's no wage growth.
But we agree, if wages go up, guess what? Inflation goes up because a lot of people got more money now.
Again, inflation's going up anyways without wage growth. So what's better, inflation without wage growth or inflation with wage growth?
What's better is if he were to do what he promised to do, which is to bring it down. You all said Trump getting into office, and he said it too, inflation would go down and we would get back to living in a country where people could afford groceries.
Mm-hmm.
It's not happening.
He's not in office yet, so how's it not happening?
Because we know what his plans are.
It's so funny. It's crazy to me. Like, I just listened to y'all tout how much that oil was at $8. Like if Trump was the one in office doing this. And I was listening to you like, wow, it's your president that's office. It's Biden that's here. But y'all are blaming. And he's like, he said he would bring inflation down, and he's not done it. He's not even in office yet. Listen to how ridiculous you are.
But you could look at his policies and put 2 and 2 together.
No,
you know what I mean?
Assume like you have been. And be
for instance, you know how math works. You can do it on paper first, and then you can actually go and see it happen in real life. That's not a difficult thing for you to understand, right?
When actually it isn't, and that's why we did.
In other words, in a business setting, that would be giving a quote to someone. So you don't got to do it in order to actually come up with a value. I'm trying to help you understand.
You're still assessing it, but at the end of the day, the difference you miss, Zeus, is that most of Americans did assess that, and we agreed with him in his plan, and we voted for it, and we're going to do it. And you can just sit back and like it or bitch about it either way.
Well, listen, you can keep it clean. We're actually having a great conversation, all right? But here's the real deal. If we do the math and we look at what's going on, an economist, they look at it and they say, well, look, if he does what he does, things are going to go up. Yeah, I get it. Half of the American country said his plans will look good. They'll work. The other half didn't.
Right.
And I'm on the other half that says this is not going to look good, sir, especially when it comes to my bottom line. I need my eggs to be affordable. All right. And if you promise to bring the price of these eggs down, don't tell me I got to take a temporary hit until it eventually comes down. No, bring it down immediately. Mass deportations, just like I know, that's going to cost us a lot of money. Why? Because you got to staff up. Most budgets, 80% of the budget is hiring people and personnel. How long do you think it's...
Do me a favor so that everybody in the audience can help understand. Explain to them that I'm not angry, that I'm just passionate, and this is just how I am.
Well, they don't trust me. They don't trust me. I mean, but that's your issue.
Your cult. What do you mean they don't?
No. You came in here.
I come into your cult. I did come into your arena, your cult, but they are your cult.
No, there's not a cult here. These are just concerned Americans.
They're the kind that go out and do the dangerous things that you promote.
Y'all got him worked up. They got you worked up because they know what we know is what I'm talking about is true. What you're doing proves that you just don't know what's happening. You're just believing what Donald Trump says, and you're not preparing.
Look, it's absolutely a cult because they literally put food on your table every day on this live. You leave here smiling like a possum eating poop every day, thinking them suckers just paid me again today.
Here he goes again. Here he goes
The best thing
again.
that ever happened to you was
So-
Donald Trump getting elected. It give you 4 more years to grift people's money.
Wow. So now this is what it's all about.
It's
You have a
real. I'm
problem.
keeping it real.
Like Shay
No,
just
I've
said,
been
you're
encouraging
jealous.
it. I don't have
You're
a problem
jealous.
with it.
That's what it is.
No,
I
Zeus.
look
Zeus.
better than you.
Zeus.
I cook better than you.
Zeus.
Actually, I'm the better version of everything you wanted to be.
Zeus,
Wow.
You know factually.
I got it, pup.
You know factually that I told you, I've told you, hey, I don't blame you, brother. It's capitalism. Go get yours.
Somebody said they wanted to talk to you. Okay, all right. Come on.
Bring your recruits up now. You got to bring your recruits up now.
No,
you can't
this is somebody who she really does a great job supporting what Zeus does. You can talk to her yourself. Good morning, Cabria. How are you?
Now we bring up the hell. Look at that. We bring up.
I'm all right. Come on now, pup. Be respectful, please. Act like you got some common sense.
Mr. Puff Daddy, you putting Zeus down, but you want his, as you call it, his cult followers to bail you out. What's going on here, Puff Daddy?
I don't need any cult followers to bail me out.
Yeah, you did. You asked him, tell your people to go easy on you.
No, I did not say. No, I did not say go easy on me. I just said you might just to give you a different impression. But you can choose whatever you want. I don't give a damn if you go easy on me or not. Literally.
Oh, okay. Well, Puff, let me ask you this: what do you think about? I'm pretty sure you saw the Meet the Press interview with Trump, and he said he wants to deport firstborns. You know, someone who comes over here, then they have a child.
Yeah, birthright citizenship.
Yeah, birthright citizenship. He wants to get rid of that. But hold on one second, Puff. But by that standard, he shouldn't even be here because his daddy was a firstborn.
That part.
I don't think that you should be able to come to a country if you are pregnant and you come here and have a baby here just to have citizenship. I don't think you should.
Wait a minute, Puff. Let me ask you this. What if she came here and she didn't know she was pregnant? You know, that can happen. And 9 months later, she has a baby here.
Yeah, Puff. How are you going to verify why she came?
And then not only that, Puff, it could be the man who's the immigrant like Trump. Daddy Trump, his daddy was, and he got a woman here pregnant. So now he could come over here and get someone pregnant. What are we talking about, Puff?
My stance is still the same. If you are just coming here to have your baby in the United States for citizenship, I don't agree with it.
But Puff, we all know sometimes, Puff, you know, we do things grown folks do, and you don't plan it, and we know we aren't, the cult isn't big on AB.
I would agree with that. So my point is, did you, in the same token, that I can agree that sometimes that happens, but can you also agree that sometimes they come here just to get citizenship because they're pregnant?
No, because I don't know their intentions.
That's not a genuine conversation.
No, Puff.
It's not genuine. You're not being genuine.
Puff, I'm being genuine. I'm being serious. I do not know someone's intentions. If you could say, you know, my intentions are let's see, the person who said Melania did it down here. Do we know her intentions for tomorrow? We don't know anyone's intentions.
Hey, let me ask you a question. If you was in a different country other than our country and you were there illegally, would you expect to be deported if you were found? If you were in another country? Wouldn't you expect it?
I wouldn't be in another country.
No, again, that's my point exactly.
What is the question again?
My point exactly. You made my point. Thank you.
What is the question, Puff?
If you were in another country illegally, would you expect that if you got found that you would be deported?
But I wouldn't be in another country. I mean, if I had business,
you're making my point. You shouldn't be in this country.
Wait a minute. But Puff, how can you tell me where I'm supposed to be, though?
I'm saying to you, if you're not legally here, you said you wouldn't be in another country because you would be going there illegally, and therefore you shouldn't be here if you're not here legally.
Puff, I haven't given you my answer just yet. All right, I'm thinking about it, but let's explore that. Why am I in another country?
Exactly.
What do you mean?
I wouldn't be in another country.
You wanted to go there for economic. You wanted to go there for economic reasons, and you wanted to better yourself.
Puff, why would I be in another country? What would be the reason for me to be in another country? And I would have to have a reason to be in another country.
I just answered
now,
your
I
question.
have been in another country before, but I was in the military, so
Well,
that
but I
gave me a
answered-
reason to
but-
be
There
there.
you go. That's a good reason.
Now, if I
answered
decided
your
I
que-
wanted
but
to,
I don't understand. I answered your question already. You keep
wait a
saying
minute.
Puff. No,
But I'm
ma'am,
getting ready to finish the question
I
for
already
you.
answered your question.
No, you didn't know the next thing I was going to say, Puff. See, you didn't know my intentions. All right. So now the next question would be, what if I decided to ETS over in Germany and stay in Germany?
Excuse me?
What if I decided to get out of service in Germany and stay in Germany? That should have been your next question. Then
Why?
me, knowing me, I would have followed what the government rules were.
Correct.
That's me.
Okay.
But if my
What's your
visa
point?
or whatever would have expired, then it's up to me to decide what I want to do from there.
That's correct. And if your visa expired, you would expect that if they come across you, that you would expect deportation because that's the law.
No, I thought about it, Puff. No. I think you got to be humane wherever you go. So there's always a reason for a lot of this stuff.
So
and if you
Zeus,
just go off the
tomorrow-
surface
tomorrow,
value,
okay,
then you're going to
hold
be
your
wrong.
logic, Zeus. Let's hold you to your logic. Tomorrow, me and 80 people are coming to your house in your yard, and we're pitching a tent there, and we're going to live with you. And because you can't ask me to leave, because we have to be humans.
You know what, Puff? You know why that wouldn't hold? Because I know in the state of California, if you let somebody stay in your house for 30 days, you can't kick them out because now they can't get mail there.
Now that's true.
Let's try something else.
No, that's what you're
So,
making my
we
point.
could
So
say that-
I'm saying we need to be we need to use humanity and we need to be humane. Well,
All right,
Zeus,
so
you
we
gotta
have
be
to
And I
humane,
wouldn't-
You got to house all them.
And
You gotta
I wouldn't equate you coming to my house as immigration. You immigrate. It's apples and oranges, bro.
How?
That's a terrible example. You're not going to change your immigration status by coming to someone's house. Come on, bro. Knock it off.
I'm just using your yard to stay in while I go look.
That doesn't change your immigration
No,
status.
I'm going to use your yard to sleep in while I take.
But how does that change your immigration status?
It doesn't. But again,
Oh, then that's a terrible example.
no, but we know it's not because we're gonna be humane because you're not gonna kick me out of your yard because I'm just looking for work. and I
Well,
wanna
being
better
humane and immigration status, you can argue they're not the same thing, though.
Again, you would want to remove them from your yard. You would not leave them in your yard.
I would
because
Go for it.
if this yard is in the state
This
of
is wild.
California, I couldn't kick you out. Just like if the state of California was the U.S., I couldn't kick you out.
Again, if somebody come into your yard and pitched a tent, you have the right to make them leave. It's called trespassing. You can say, no, you can't pitch your tent in my yard. Leave.
Not if they pay me money.
Again, if someone came to your yard against you and even wanted to offer you anything, again, if you accepted rent, no. But if you came there and I just pitched a tent in your yard and you said, no, Puff, you can't stay in my yard, you can have me remove my yard for trespassing. I'm served with a trespassing warning. If I come back, I go to jail.
Okay,
No,
but Puff. Oh, sorry. Go
Yes.
for it. I mean, he's crashing out, Cabri. I don't know what you've done to him, but he's
Puff, Puff, you've paid your taxes, which is you giving me money to stay in my yard, so you stay. You're not gonna win with me, Puff.
I'm not trying to win with you. I don't expect
Good
to change
answer.
any one of these cult members' minds at all.
Well, you see how that works? It works both ways, right?
It does.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Trumpsville,
this is
right?
sad. Yeah.
But Zeus, I'm glad
Anyway,
I'm glad you're successful. I'm glad you got 4 more years of this. It just means your pocketbook gets full still higher, your music gets better. But when Trump's done, this is what I do hope though, and I mean this seriously. Once Trump's
Wow.
done and you've run this cycle, and I mean this with true sincerity, because where your best trade is at, that's where I thought you was, where I used to love to come watch you, and I would just go watch
Puff,
your show.
Puff.
I think you need to go back to relationship stuff.
Puff,
That's what you did
Puff.
best.
Puff.
That's where you did best.
You've done enough, Puff.
Your
You've done
relationship
enough.
stuff. That's what you should do.
You've done enough, Puff. I'll get back to helping you with your love life,
Hey,
but
you wanna
I think
cash-
I think a big part of it is you getting rid of the MAGA demon. If you got rid of that MAGA demon,
Hey, I want to be cast into the flames of hell. You gonna do that for me?
Lake of Fire, absolutely. All right, ladies and gentlemen, he's right. We got to throw Sir Puff into the Lake of Fire because obviously he's looking for a new home. He knows he's in a cult. And he now wants to use that as logic to join this family, but unfortunately, Puff, we don't want you because you're possessed. Ladies and gentlemen, let's cast Sir Puff into the lake of fire. Let's give him a huge round of, you guessed it, booze and shame.
Silence, you MAGA Damon.
Thank you, Cabria. Thank you so much. I like how you called him Puff Daddy. That was so funny, and it was quite fitting, right?
Yeah, it was. It was. But Zeus, I'm gonna get out of here. But I
All
want to
right.
say, you know what? Fridays are the worst days of the week for me because I don't get a chance to see the Triple H until Monday.
Oh, I get it now. Okay, I understand.
Yeah. I always look for these 5 days of weeks. Five. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I do it.
I really enjoy your lives, and let's
thank
just
you.
hope. Let's try to save TikTok, brother. But if not, we can catch you on other channels.
Yeah, yes. I'm going to try to move it on to another place, but yeah, you're spot on. And listen, thank you for all you do. All right. I really do appreciate it. You don't have to, but you do it. All right. Seriously. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, W. Cabria in the chat. No lies detected. She steamrolled Sir Puff like he's never been steamrolled before. I'm pretty sure you can see tire marks all across his backside right now. Again, W. Cabria in the chat. All righty then. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Who do we have next? All right, I'll bring up somebody that I haven't spoken with. All right. Good morning. How are you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm all right. What brings you to the show, champ?
Well, I was trying to get on a little earlier to listen to Puff there talk, but he gone.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna hurt his feelings with some facts.
Oh, you have some facts you want to give him?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Go ahead if you don't mind. We got a couple minutes.
Let's start with the tariffs. I'm from the state of Pennsylvania. We make a lot of steel. We got U.S. steel in Pennsylvania, and the steel workers there, they praised Trump. They was all about Trump. Trump's going to get us this. He's going to get us that. And now that he put them tariffs on, they got a little change of heart.
Yeah.
All of them.
The Nippon Steel merger. I talked about that. Sorry, Sean. There's an echo or feedback. I don't know what is going on, but I'm gonna have to drop you, champ.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll come back at another time.
All right. Sorry, I didn't want to do that, brother. I didn't want to do it, but it was definitely going. I don't know what it was. It was like some feedback. Did you all hear the feedback too, or was that just me? Was it just me that? Did you all hear the feedback too? Because that was. Oh my God! Yeah, you heard it too. All right. Yes. All right. Yeah, Sean. I don't know what it was, but it was definitely piercing my ears. W. Sean in the chat. No lies detected. No lies detected. All right. Let's move it along. All right. Good morning, Bounce. Welcome, Bounce. Hi, Bounce. How are you?
I'm doing good. I let Puff pass. His name is fitting. He should have puffed because he's very, very triggered.
You think so?
Triggered. Oh my God.
What?
You know what? I ain't letting nobody camp out on my grass, okay? Period. And I ain't gonna use that for an example.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
And secondly, for the Pennsylvania people, I want to pick up where he left off.
Right.
They thought that they were going to get this deal passed with China. Was it China?
It was Japan.
Japan, yes. Okay.
Nippon Steel.
He and now the man is sitting there with his hands in his lap because Trump ain't going to let that deal. All you Pennsylvania people that went against your own family to jump and turn tricks for Trump, y'all losing. And you're going to continue to lose. But you know what we going to do? We going to buy black. We going to stay out your stores. We not going to buy nothing from you. We're going to keep our money in our communities. We're going to go to ourplugs.com to get a list of very talented black people who have their own businesses. And we are going to support the YT people who support us. But
Wow.
other than that, for the rest of you, we're not doing anything. And let me just tell you something about healthcare.
Tell them.
Donald Trump is not going to help you with your health care. So for all of you who think that he took away Obamacare, he took away everything.
Yeah.
So when you try to go and get any kind of health care, or if you got pre-existing illnesses,
Yep.
guess what?
What's that?
You're not going to be covered. And if you stay on that table long enough and the anesthesia wears out, you're going to have to pay to get it put back on so you don't wake up in pain. So let's
Bounce.
talk about
They want
that.
the website again. Please name the website.
Oh, ourplugs.com.
Ourplugs.com.
That is, yes. And you can go there and you can post your business. You can sign up. It's an amazing place. That's Miss Morningstar and Miss Kitty and Miss Jax and all of us who follow each other. We are trying to make a difference in the world. We're not going to let this clown that you got behind you, I refuse to say his name. I do.
I don't blame you. Good morning, Miss Morningstar. How are
Good morning, Zeus. Good morning, Bounce.
Hi,
Absolutely. Hi, chat. Good morning, everybody. Yes, Bounce is 100% correct, you guys. We got to go ahead and make moves. We can't depend on other people to get it for us. We got to go get it, right? We get
Amen.
That's what we do.
Amen. Let's go. Tell them these people don't know.
Let's
go. We have ways of Trump proofing ourselves, right?
That's
what this is about.
Let me tell you, $1.7 trillion we have spent into this economy of the United States government. We taking our money back and we building our own economy. That's what we're going to do. And our allies is right there with us, right? While we get all these minority businesses, organizations, anything you can think about. If you have a service, if you're an auto mechanic, if you're a carpenter, if you have a washer and dryer service, get on our plugs, OURPLUGS.com. Go ahead.
Hallelujah.
DJ Kitty has made a amazing website she built.
Thank you.
And we are going to make it happen, guys.
Amen.
Check her out. This Thursday, I'm going to drop a link. She's going to be a host on a radio show. She was invited. And it's based out of Mississippi, and they're going to talk to her about our plugs, y'all. We doing this.
Thank you. Nope.
It's going down.
My dear friend,
this is what we. What's that?
These women that I have met on this app have been the most brilliant, beautiful women ever. We know how to stick together. And if I wasn't on this app, not you, Snuggles.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't
not Snuggle Wuggles.
Oh my God, you didn't summon the demon.
I would have never met
struggler.
You, Zeus.
Huh.
And you give us a beautiful platform to speak and to bring facts. You know.
Oh, we got a hater down there, Zeus, talking about ourthugs.org.
Don't worry.
Ego.
Alter ego will never ever get in the box and say that though. So I know what that is, right?
We know what type of time he on.
That's because alter ego, whatever, they're really fans of yours. So I would expect a lot of orders to come in from alter ego in short order. Alter ego, do the right thing. Do the right thing.
Go ahead and get on the website, Alter Ego. Get you something. Yeah. Go spend some of that money.
I want to ask Alter Ego if he has aging parents. Because if he does, and if they're in a rehab or a retirement home, you're going to have to go get them.
Yep.
You're going to have to take care of them. See, us as black women, we know how to take care of our own. We do.
That's right.
Yeah. Do it every day, taking care of my mother.
Amen.
And I ain't paid for it.
Amen.
That's the way I was brought up. My mother has an excellent retirement, so she don't need handouts, okay? But you red states do. And I'm so thankful I live in a blue state with Governor
Yes, Gavin Newsom.
There you go.
He's not afraid of that.
Ourplugs.com.
Ourplugs.com. OURPLUGS.com. Go ahead in there. You can sign up as a general user. Even if you don't own a business or have a business now, we're going to be giving tutorials, classes, education on how to get you a business started. If that's been your dream. If not, if you just want to support us, get on there as a general user. We have a newsletter that goes out every Sunday. We just had one go out this past Sunday. We uplift the youth. We highlight the youth when they are doing excellent things. We're going to have a mentorship starting for
You got mentors? Because I want to mentor Alter Ego. So Alter Ego, go sign up. I'll mentor you.
Yeah, we need to get him together because he lost in the sauce.
Yeah,
it's things that we're doing, and we're not going to sit around and argue with people like Alter Ego. We just want to learn them something, and if he don't want to learn them something, he gonna be in the sunken place, Zeus.
Exactly.
With the tear coming down his eye.
Also, Miss Morningstar, if we have any teachers out there that want to join ourplugs.com so that we can keep Black history in our children's minds.
That's right.
Come into ourplugs.com. And if you can teach a class when our children are not going to get it in these YT schools, because that man right there wants to take our Black education and our Black history away from us because they know we are highly more intelligent than most.
That's right.
Well, listen. All right, you two. I got to move on. All right. But listen. I appreciate you both coming up here. All right, and let's keep it going. Make sure you check out ourplugs.com, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we're Trump-proofing ourselves to make sure when those borders get to being closed and inflation goes through the roof, we got backup. All right, W, Miss Morningstar. W, Bam.
And Zeus, I'm gonna DM you the information for the radio show, so you guys can tune in. All right, take care. Have a good day.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Exactly. Love you as well.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye. All right. So as you all can see, ladies and gentlemen, today has been one incredible show, to be quite honest. Oh my goodness. Scott, you don't want to talk to me, Scott. I've already spoken with you, Scott. You don't have anything else to say. You just want to get up here and grandstand. Knock it off. Hi, Dolphin. How are you?
I'm okay. How you doing?
All right. You got some updates for us, huh?
Yeah. First off, I don't know if you guys were speaking about Kamala just a second ago, but she is going to be speaking at 1 or 1:30 on Wednesday.
Let's go, Kamala. W Ginger.
I can't remember what it's on, but I double checked it for about a month. I read the GOP House budget.
Oh.
I'm a little concerned, Zeus.
What's that? Why?
Well, see, I was reading the whole the border part of it, and what it says, that the concerning thing about me is this. They want to be able to control who comes in and who leaves. It literally says to those in or even exit this country. Wow. I got a problem with that. One other thing I have a problem with. They fully intend on cutting $1.16 trillion from Social Security.
That part.
$1.9 trillion from Medicare and Medicaid.
That part.
I believe it's $41 billion from veterans health care.
Yeah. Ain't that something? These people voted for that, though, Dolphin. They voted for their own demise because they are so obsessed with smelling this man's dirty diaper. This is some sick stuff you supporters have gotten yourselves into.
Well, one other thing that you were speaking about in terms of the groceries and all that, when they're complaining, I'm sorry, Mama Zeus, I almost said the B word. They're complaining about the cost of housing and all that stuff right now. Well, they don't realize that when that thing tore up NAFTA and made his own USMCA, whatever.
Yeah.
He messed up, and Canada raised the price of their lumber.
Oh.
Their darn it, I can't remember the other one. But
Right.
they literally did that. So that also raised our housing prices. Then there's the whole deregulation with the whole banks and that he did. And then, by the way, guys that are saying that it's President Biden that all this inflation, well, causation doesn't equal correlation.
Bingo.
Okay.
Get it to him.
When Trump first did those stimulus checks, did y'all see inflation jump right away? No, you didn't.
No, I
Because
didn't.
it takes a hot second to enact. And it's just the same for when President Biden did it too, right?
Yep.
Inflation jumped up again.
Yep. They got to
One
learn
thing-
somehow, Dolphin. They got to learn, all right? The easy way or the hard way.
And then one other thing. Bird flu has been detected in, I believe, I don't even know if this is like cows in the blood.
Really?
Blood of cows. And
Wow.
that is also going to raise your egg prices before you wig out about that. Oh, and by the way, I bought 24 organic large grade A freaking eggs for $5 freaking.
Congrats. That's a good price.
$13 for just 12 of them.
We had a guest in here tell us she spent $9 for a dozen. We had a guest in here tell us that, right? She got ripped off and she felt so bad about it that she wanted to blame Democrats. It's not Democrats, that's you. That's bad shopping. You don't know how to shop.
Right. And in regards to the deportations, I kind of sort of have a flip on it. I almost think that they won't do the deportation, but what they are currently doing, I believe it's in Utah and Tennessee, is that they're remodeling old prisons that were shut down to place the homeless and the migrants in as detention centers. Now, what I believe is going to happen is that he will not mass deport, but he will put them into some sort of, and I'm going to say it, slave labor.
Oh, Puff, you didn't mention that. You see,
so this way the money stays in this country.
Oh,
that's where that's what all of a sudden I was thinking that. I was like, wait a minute.
You know what? You might be onto something, Dolphin. It's funny, MAGA got real quiet when you said that. Well, you know what? If they say, be careful what you wish for. And this is what these Trump supporters wished for, right?
Yeah. Well, it's just, honestly, I really appreciate
Yes, you did.
For bringing me up. I didn't.
All right.
Oh, my God. Angie.
W. Ange in the chat.
I'm always jumping very I just want to say, first off, thank you for bringing me up. I honestly didn't think that you were going to. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to inform everybody that Kamala Harris will be speaking on Wednesday on 1 or 1:30. Matter of fact, I think it is Meet the Press. I'm not sure, but I'm going to double check. I'm going to look it up and double check.
Fair enough.
I just honestly, like I said, I really don't think they're going to do the mass deportation. I think that they're going to keep the money in the country by putting them into prisons.
Well, either way it goes, if he doesn't do it, then that means he lied his you-know-what off once again. And if he does do it, guess what? 1929 style depression. All right? Either way it goes, this guy's bad news for this country. Yeah.
I keep my promises. That's one thing that I do.
You
And
do.
if I don't, I apologize the damn next day. Excuse me. Oh, Lord.
No problem. Well, listen, Dolphin, I appreciate it. I got to get up out of here, all right? But W. Dolphin in the chat. Love you too. Hey, she knows what we're talking about. Drill, baby, drill. Let's do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, thank you for tuning in this morning. Unfortunately, Zeus has to get up out of here because, I got other affairs to attend to in the kingdom. You all deserve a round of applause. Thank you to my subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists for once again helping me to draw that red line in the sand with these Trump supporters. I also got to give one last round of booze and shame, and you know exactly who this is for. This goes out to all of you Zeus haters out there. Just admit it. You're jealous and you're scared. You're scared because you voted for a con artist. Let's give him another round of booze and shame.
daily.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and on that note, we are out of here. Take care and stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. We're out of here. I hope you learned something today, MAGA. What a great show. Yep. Let's go. Hey, let's go, let's go. See you tomorrow. You're welcome. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Yeah. Krabby Patty, so cold. Thank you. Love you, Rainy. Hey, I see you, Jimmy. You should stop listening to Snuggles. You might be better. You might get better W Dolphin in the chat. Love you too. Thank you all for enjoying this show. I really do try. You're right, Q Dog. Let me. You gotta be able to connect those dots, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, don't worry. We'll get Jack Smith back. I promise you. He's going to break the law, and we're going to have Jack Smith right back here. Thank you, Alter Ego. I know you can sign up for my mentoring services. OurPlugs.com. Let's go. I'll get you what you need. Right? We'll get you what you need. Please vote 24. Trippin'. I don't really care what you have to say. Jack and Kobe cooking the boys. That's all we do, huh? Cole, thank you. ... Red, you're right, that's what it is. Maybe one day we'll have her come over here and sing it with us. Woo! You know what we do? See you tomorrow. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Big C. It's going to happen to us truckers. You know, I haven't thought about that. I got to look into that. It's a good question. All right. Let's get it going, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, they go crazy when I say...
You right there, Cabri.
The late, great Hannibal Lecter. Drill, baby, drill. We're going to frack. Drill, there's a black, There's a baby, there's a lots of baby.
Wow, Cabrillo, wow, thank you so much. Wow.
Drill, baby, drill. We're going to frack.
Hey, W Cabrillo in the chat. Hey.
Insane asylums. You know, they go crazy when I say
Valerie in the chat.
The late, great Hannibal Lecter.
Why do they go crazy?
Okay, they say, we're going to pay down. We're going to lower your taxes. Deep insane asylums. You know, they go crazy when I say the late, great Hannibal. Drill, baby, drill.
Hey! You gotta be able to drill, baby. Drill. Deep insane asylum. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta get up out of here, but take care and stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. All right, I'll see you all tomorrow. We are out of here.